This version of It's Eric Nagel has been modified from its original broadcast. Content has been edited to fit this platform.
Believe none of what you hear and half of what you see.
Are you ready? I said, are you ready?
It's Eric Nagel. And it starts now.
Ladies and gentlemen of the universe, the next voice you hear, it's Eric Nagel.
And thank you, Scott Shannon. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the program. I am Eric Nagel, and joining me each and every week from the frozen tundra known as Arizona. Say hello to Jordan.
Hey, everybody.
You guys finally wrapped it all up. The election's official now because your state finally decided who they were going with.
Oh, I'm sure we'll find another reason to be in the news or mess it up somehow.
We've been joking for years that Arizona always has to find a way to make it about themselves.
Correct.
And this is no different.
50th in education, number one in your hearts.
The entire country was waiting to certify this thing. What's the holdup? Arizona.
Yeah.
Arizona is still holding up and counting the votes.
Well, we have to do it by hand.
By hand.
Yeah.
It's all like shuffling like a magician. Pick a vote, any vote. Is this your vote? No. Damn it. All right, we got to shuffle again. Anyway, welcome to the program, everybody. If you're listening on the iHeartRadio app, thank you very much for doing so. Who knows how much longer that's going to be? But for now, we do appreciate that. If you're listening on Apple, Spotify, any of those fine platforms to get your on-demand content, do us a kindness. Go over there and leave us a positive review. It does help out the program. We should have the banner running for that. There it is. If you want to join us live each and every week as we do said program, head over to our live rooms on YouTube and on Twitch. And I believe we're on Twitter. Now, we'll get into this later, but do we have to look into BlueSky? Apparently, that's a thing. So there's never enough platforms to keep everybody happy. It's like, why aren't you on this one? Why aren't you on Kick? Nobody gives a shit about Kick except like a handful of gamers, and that's about it. None of it means anything. Same thing with Rumble and all of that stuff. Anyway, so hello. Welcome to the program. We're here. Of course, the lighting didn't change when I hit the button. Why would it not do that? Jordan, how are you? What's going on in your life?
Good. It's just been an exhausting week doing all the, typical dad stuff, except it's not really typical. But yeah, short week. I think we had a holiday one day. I didn't have the day off.
No.
My job didn't give me the day off, though.
Nope. And my kid didn't have off for Veterans Day.
That is kind of weird. Like I could see schools giving everybody off, but yeah, no, I did not have the day off. So I've been working all week. Kids had Monday off. And it threw off the normal scheduling, so volleyball was canceled Monday night for the girl. So I went over Tuesday night and Wednesday night just to do some one-on-one training, little things like that. She's kind of getting into being a part of the team. Your light on?
You're very gray.
Very gray.
Or blue, or whatever you got going on there. It's like the light is focusing its attention elsewhere in the room instead of on you.
Look, no one needs to see me.
Now you look like you've been in a tanning bed.
I just can't please you anymore.
I know. Do you have the rose color on your ring light?
I need a better ring light. That's what I need.
I got to get you a better light altogether.
Look, it's a slow process. I've only been doing this with you for 2 years.
Yeah. So maybe by 25, we'll have a new light for you.
2025. We'll figure it out.
Right.
But yeah, no,
he is blue, da-ba-dee, da-ba-da. Yes,
I love your name.
True words have never been spoken.
Is this Tom? Is that Tom from Alberta? Did you change your name to Launchpad McQuack? Because A,
it's an improvement.
And B, it's perfect.
Yeah.
So just been kind of hanging out with the kid doing volleyball stuff. She's kind of getting way more interested in it. The team's doing good. We're 2-1, which is better than what our last team started. Yeah, well, just me and Coach Carter. So she's more interested to possibly, once she gets into high school, do more sports, which I'm going to encourage. So I was over there the past couple nights.
Sports.
We should get that clip.
Your kid gets to sit in the front seat today because she's a good guy at sports.
Right.
Fantastic.
I'm going to pit her against the boy and say, from now on, you guys are in direct competition with each other.
I've already set the precedence that I am not going to be one of those parents that takes their kid to the ice skating rink at like 5 a.m. on a Saturday, or any kind of gymnastics or anything that might bring some kind of joy into her life at that time of the morning is not happening with me. I will fund it. I will show up later. I will come to the games because the games are not at that time. But the practice that goes on for those things, I shan't be a part of it. I shan't.
Yeah, thankfully I do the practices later on at night, and there's a sand volleyball court that we work on, so we do that, which is nice. But yeah, any early morning excursions for sporting events may kind of kill my motivation to really care.
Trashitarian, aren't you awake at that hour anyway? That's besides the point. Yes, exactly. I'm heading to bed. I'm winding down my day.
That's funny.
Look, I didn't give it much priority when I was doing morning radio. I'm not going to give it much priority that a family member is looking to achieve their goals and their dreams. It's just not happening at that time of the morning. Again, it's one of those rare things, I'll just throw money at it. So when they're successful and they're winning their Olympic medal, and then they talk about it, thanks to my mom for bringing me during the cold winter months, bringing me to the rink or to the gym for the is that where they do gymnastics? It's in the name.
Yeah,
gymnastics right there at those odd hours in the morning, freezing cold for whatever. And thanks to my dad for funding it. Yes,
you're right.
I paid your way. I just didn't bring you there.
It's funny that you mentioned that because you and I had a conversation about 2 weeks ago about fundraisers and your kid doing a fundraiser and things like that.
I got an update for that.
Okay.
Can you vamp without me?
Yeah.
Let me go grab it. All right, be right back.
It is prime fundraising season for myself. I've got my kid in school. He was doing some fundraising for, I don't know. It's like just one of these organizations where they want to get there and help fund some of these underfunded schools. He's in a pretty good STEM program. So like they have funding, but they're doing that. But I have a really good friend who is also in the midst of fundraising. Her kids are doing a color run. So they're doing fundraising. So it's like prime fundraising season for kids. And it's weird because like, I don't remember doing this amount of fundraising when I was younger. We did like, the jump rope for heart stuff. Like they would do all of that. Or like the, what was it? Like how many miles can you walk type of things. But it seems like every school now has some kind of new fundraising options or some kind of event to raise money for the schools. And it just kind of makes me sad that the schools have gotten to the point where they have to do that because everything is underfunded. But, I don't mind doing it. I don't mind. I'm the type that I don't mind posting it on my social media, throwing it out there to get people to donate. I've been sharing, like I said, friends' stuff for their kids, throw some money at them. But you and I were talking about it about 2 weeks ago, and you have kind of an aversion to sharing that kind of stuff.
Yeah, you said
for your stuff.
You don't mind doing it.
Yeah.
I don't mind stealing bread from the mouths of decadence, but I'm not going hungry because I shan't. Look at me. No, but I am avoiding that because, again, another situation, I'm just going to throw money at it.
Right.
My kid had a fundraiser.
Right.
School's been in session here in the East Coast 2.5 months.
September? Yeah, late September, right after
the
what?
Second or third fundraiser that we had.
After Labor Day, yeah.
Right? So this one, they called it a fun run. And they've been talking for weeks about this thing. We get emails from the class. Apparently, there's like a class parent that sends it out to all the other parents and stuff. And the school sends stuff. And then, the kid comes home and you look in the kid's backpack and there's a folder there with information, and they're wearing, and they come home, I'm wearing stickers. I was like, oh, cool. And it's all saying I'm doing a fun run and has a QR code to help donate to that kid. It's like, oh my God, it is so intrusive. So anyway, I don't know if I said this on the show. I know you and
didn't.
I didn't.
You and I talked about it privately. When you had talked about throwing money at sporting events, it reminded me of your incident when you donated and other people donated, and you hit marks that you had set between the two of you people in your household. And I just thought it was really funny.
Mm-hmm. Well, not just
the miscommunication and the just throwing of money towards your kid without even posting.
So I have said, or I've said to Jordan, and I'll say to the audience, there's a lot of fundraising going on in school, and I don't mind donating at all. I really don't. I've told stories about coming out of stores where there would be cheerleader fundraisers or music class fundraisers. Sometimes the boys wrestling from high school, they're out there doing stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they know the strategic places, supermarkets, Target, Home Depot, places where a lot of people go. They're by the exit doors.
Right.
I don't mind donating to the school, stuff like that. I have a problem when they selling candy bars loosely and they're like, oh, it's for my school. Really? What school? Then they don't really have an answer for you. That's bullshit. Not doing that. But for the school events, things like, I have no problem donating money. It's fine. What I have a problem is kids not at that age right now, but when they get older, when they send home with the box of candy bars to sell, or the catalog that sells popcorn tins, those kind of things, right? I don't want to take the kid around to sell the stuff. I don't want to be the guy that takes the candy into work and saying, hey, for my kids' school or activities or whatever, guys, $2 a bar. I don't want to do that. I have no problem with people who do that. I just don't want to do it. So what I do is I'll buy the entire supply or I'll buy whatever it is. And that's it. What's the goal that we have to hit? Okay, let's throw money at it and hit the goal and be done with this thing. Now, you had said that's all well and good, but if you buy the box of chocolate bars, let's say, and just to be done with it with the kid, they're going to send the kid home with another box of chocolate bars until the time period's up. And I went, oh my God, you're right. So this thing came around, this fun run. And what it is that the kids, it's like a marathon run kind of thing. Mm-hmm. They do activities, they do laps around the school. And I'm thinking that, oh, am I paying a certain amount per mile? You ever see those fundraiser things? You can't.
Well, some of these are set up where you can do a per mile, or you can just say, well, I'm just throwing $30 at the problem.
Well, this one is just like, can you make a donation in the kid's name going to the school? And then they were going to just do laps around the building and stuff. That happened today. It was essentially, did your school ever have field day?
Yeah.
Okay.
We always get the little ribbons.
Yeah, but field day, that's all it was. It was just little competitions for ribbons that don't mean anything. It was a day of being at school without being in the school. You were just out in your...
get them outside so the teachers can smoke in the teacher's lounge.
Yeah, you're out doing meaningless activities. Somebody's grilling hot dogs or hamburgers. You know, it's a fun day at school. So that's essentially what this is, except the kids in the school are doing laps around the building. Not for raising awareness, it's just to raise money for the school.
Right.
Giddles is in the chat. I see Giddles there. Hi, Giddles. What do they need to raise money for at that age? How long till you start getting texts like it's a political season? Hurry, recess will be canceled if you don't donate now. No, he's right. He's 100% right. Yeah, she's 3 years old. So it's amazing all of this is happening. So we get the form. I'm looking at it. And I think it was that night. I'm saying, yeah, my kid got this thing. I'm just going to I just threw like $100 at it. And then I didn't know what the goal was for this thing. I'm like, I'll throw $100. That should at least hit the goal. If not, get close to it because it's based on individual, not the school massive goal.
Well, I think each individual, like they set personal goals that are pretty small. Like for my kid, I think his goal was like $300.
Right.
I have said, I have a friend whose kids are like $100. So, I mean, each individual, the problem is when you get to that goal, sometimes they move the goalpost a little bit. You're like, oh, you hit the goal. Well, here's the second leg of what's going on.
Well,
So
they
it's kind
must
of a
have
moving
moved this goal
mark.
a few times because that night, I did $100, not realizing that her mom did $100, and then different sets of grandparents were all throwing in. They saw the goal and they were throwing in money, thinking they were taking out the goal. So by the next day, I go and I say, oh yeah, I went onto the website and I donated. And her mom says, oh, really? And take a look. And she goes, oh, my God, what? How much did you donate? And I told her. And she goes, I did that. I go, wait, you did it as well? Yeah. And I'm like, what? How much did she make? And then we're looking at the numbers. Grandparents, cousins, all people threw in. She far exceeded the goal on the first day.
Yeah.
Now, I'm happy thinking, yes, it's done. And that's my goal. Me personally, when those things come around, let me buy it out and be done with it. I don't want to sit there and participate with all this. The kid far exceeded the goals that these other kids did. So this happened today. She comes home, has a giant bag full of stuff.
Nice.
I'm like, what is all this? And I'm looking through. I'm like, did they just? The kid doesn't fully know. But I'm like, did they give you this? Yeah. And I'm looking at all that. I'm like, wow, this is a lot of stuff to give. I'm like, did every kid get this? And she goes, no.
Nope.
So I don't know what's going on. And I go through, there's some, letter and stuff. She exceeded several, like she hit all but one goal. I don't know what that last one was, but
she didn't get the Casio keyboard, but she got everything else.
She got the Huffy bike. Yes. No,
right.
She got the Casio keyboard and the Huffy bike. She was just short of get the vacation to space camp. She didn't get to go to space camp.
Right.
So all of this stuff here, and this isn't even all of what I'm going to show you here.
Yeah.
So I see a letter from the school and everything, thanking her for their hard work and what have you. That she hit all the goals but one, and I should find out what the other goal is. I didn't mean to hit this threshold of prize goals. That's not what the whole point of this was. It was just to hit her personal goal to be done with it. But because everyone else dumped in so much money, they need to leave me alone for a while for asking for donations. But I know the reality is like, holy shit, this kid's family is just throwing money at everything. We got to make sure we get all this stuff into her hands.
Well,
So
and
apparently-
the way you explained it to me the other night was the idea of you throwing money at this goal was to not feel like you were begging people to actually make donations. Like you didn't want to really set it out there. You were like, you know what? If I can throw money at the problem, I feel better about myself. The kid meets the goal and we're good. I told you,
The kid doesn't need to
hit
know.
them all up, man. Just throw it out there.
The kid doesn't need to know how the money was obtained.
No,
just
not at
that
all.
the money was obtained, and
she's got a bag full of gifts.
well, I had no idea about the gifts, but no, that her obligation to the school was done.
Sure.
Yeah. And I know there's other people who maybe can't do that, or they're going out and they're working hard for the donation. I am not knocking that at all. Please, I'm not knocking people who do that. I don't personally like to do that, nor can I do that. I can't go door to door. I can't go asking people to donate for things. I have that fear. That's a big fear of mine in my head. It's like, I can't ask people for things like that. It drives me nuts. Like, God forbid I'm ever in a position where like a family member has cancer or a crippling accident or something like that. And, spending as much money as you can, but then you have to do the fundraiser.
A GoFundMe, yeah.
I have no problem donating to those things. Myself personally is my own nightmare of having to ask anybody for any of that stuff. I can't bring myself to do it. So that was my mindset on this. It's like, I know this is such a small scale compared to those big things I just said.
No, it's fine.
But the execution is still the same. I'll just throw money at it and be done with it. So,
Well, and I told you, look, you have to go in with the mindset of spite. You have to be spiteful against every other parent and all those other little kids in that place. You want that kid to come back with that giant bag of everything and that trip to space camp. So you will beg for that money and you will make that happen. Like one year I was the same way where I put that thing out there and my kid, right?
Rob
my
in the chat saying, my kid got me to donate too much money to charity and goodwill. She is grounded.
Right. Put too much emphasis on the Nagel household. But yeah, like when they come home with every category of prize and maybe the other kids didn't, you feel like you did the good thing. Your kid feels good about themselves.
I will
so
from
I'm
now
all
on.
about spite.
From this point on, knowing that I did not know this was a thing.
Yeah.
But now knowing this thing, I'm going to probably adapt to that mindset, like you're saying there, and it should be spiteful now because hell yes, we're going to win that cheap prize that probably cost like $4 on Temu, but it's the $300 goal for the kid. Anyway,
Yeah, it's the Oriental Trading Company of gifts. It's just all that garbage that you can buy in bulk.
I guess this is close enough to the Oriental Trading Company. Do you remember a while ago we talked about this company that I just saw in the stores, but apparently had been around for a while, but they're expanding their branding, called Dude Perfect?
Is it the same people that just sponsored my kids' stuff? Because I've got all the stupid little keychains. Because
all right,
of this
hold on.
stupid
So
thing.
Dude Perfect has these sports drinks.
Right.
They have a cornhole set. They have
Yeah.
all this stuff for your backyard. They have all these outdoor game things, what have you. The majority of this stuff is all from Dude Perfect. So hitting the lower tiers, you've got essentially like a Buster Brown's headband. Do you remember Buster Brown's, the shoe store?
Yes.
Where
Yeah, I mean, old. But
so
yeah.
you go in there, if you bought sneakers or something, they gave you like a headband and wristbands when those were actually a thing for some reason. So there's that. And then you hit the higher tiers, or the start in the upper tiers. Oh, there's some Dude Perfect, I guess panda bears are their thing.
I've got the one on your right hand, the little blue, the teal
Oh,
one.
this
yeah.
one here?
Yep.
Okay, yeah. So we have these, right? Then this, which I thought was a USB stick, but it's not.
Oh, I've got that. Yeah, I was throwing that in the living room earlier.
I don't know what that is. Is it like those
It's,
styrofoam planes or something?
You throw it. It's like a weird football, but it's not a football. It's like just a silicone ring and then like a tail, so you can throw it across.
Okay, so there was that.
Think like a terrible Nerf.
Now there's a couple of things missing because I think she was playing with it, whatever.
Sure.
So there's there's a couple other things besides what I have here. Then this thing called Rally Pong,
Nice.
which essentially is Connect 4. So
Yeah.
that was one of the prizes. And then something called Panda Pop. Which
yeah,
I'm
they're
not
big on the panda branding for
not
the
sure
Dude
what that
Perfect
is.
stuff.
Let's open that and take a look and see what this actually is.
My first meth lab. That's what we get in Arizona.
I don't know what this is.
It's probably some weird version of some. It's probably
Looks
some kind of like
suction cups.
yeah, or like remember lawn darts? Like this is probably like their new version of lawn darts.
Oh, I really wish you had one lawn darts. That would have been so
I
much
know.
more fun. Yeah. There's a shirt. There's a couple other things I know that she has somewhere. But
Dang,
there
she
was
hit all the
just-
tiers.
So, Dude Perfect is not donating. Obviously, they're probably
No.
selling this stuff as prize incentives
Mhm.
for these. And it's never the school running the thing. They're using a middleman company to handle
Did you have
it.
to make the video of like that you would send out on social media, just like stills of your kid, but like wrapped in a pre-production video? Did you end up having to do that?
Nope, nor would I ever.
Yeah, I ended up having to.
I don't
did
care
that.
what the
When you sign
rules
them
are.
up.
That is never happening. There's nothing going on social media to solicit for this. There's no videos. There's no photos. There's nothing.
Just do one, but like put like a GIF over their face, like it's been redacted. Like if you know me, you already know.
Putting that out there and getting my old audience
Oh, I know.
onto that. Hell to the no, as the kids say.
Because your audience would sit there and donate just to write terrible comments in the thing. So like you were seeing like so and so donated $50, and then like go off on some rant about O&A or something.
Father's fucking fat, and he worked for a racist, and the other guy he worked for married a tranny. And it's like, None of it means anything now, but on a kid's website for a school is going to be a problem.
Damn it! Now I'm going to donate to just put random messages. Now
I should donate to put random messages in there.
Should put links to the show. That's how we're going to advertise. Just kids is like kids as donation sections.
Right. So so we got a nice congratulatory bag of prizes and a thank you letter saying that she's one of the top earners for the school. And I got mad. I said I never want to hear the term top earner and my child ever mentioned again, because if it's a boy, you're thinking mafia. If it's a girl, you're thinking
turning tricks.
I was trying to find a Disney way of saying it, and there wasn't anything. I shall never associate with that. But,
so I've got a couple people in my life doing this stuff. I've got a friend of mine right now watching. She is saying that these companies like Dude Perfect are taking 50% of the donations. That's why they push to try to get as much as possible to bring in more money for these. So if the school
brings in $20,000, they're taking $10,000 off the top.
Half of it is going to Dude Perfect to do the branding and all this stuff. Yeah.
Why are schools
I don't know.
doing this? Why?
I don't know. My kids, the Dude Perfect has done theirs for the past 2 years. I think the year before that it was someone else. But yeah, I don't know.
Nope.
Sounds terrible.
No. I have to figure out how to course correct going forward with all of this. But for now, she has no idea. But I guess we vicariously get to bask in the glory that she's one of the top in the school. And everyone else
is the good thing.
Everyone else can essentially suck it.
Because there's going to be those parents that you really don't like at these places when you're going to do the school events and you see those groups and you're like, you know what, my kid's going to be better than your kids. And then that's when you throw a lot of money at the problem.
There's nobody that I met that I don't like personally.
Right.
But there's a couple of parents that I've met, and one was nice. The one could barely be bothered to say hello to anybody. And then are constantly talking to that other person. And they're talking about if they're so posh and upscale. And one time I heard a conversation. They're talking about their house. I'm just standing there waiting, in line to pick up the kid, and I hear them talking about the house and these updates and everything. So I'm kind of eavesdropping. I'm in the little group area where they are, to find out they're living on the second floor of a house that her parents own, and her parents don't even live in that house. So that made me laugh because they don't even have the house. They're not renting the house that the parents own. They're on the second floor of a house that their parents own, and the family doesn't live there. Her family does, but the other... So who's living on the first floor of this house that her family owns? Right?
I don't know.
So that's weird. And they're looking... They're trying to save up. Now, had she said, we're in this house all together, and they're trying to save up money to get their own house and everything, I get it. The markets are terrible. There's a weird wave going with the housing market again. I know a lot of properties down in Florida in certain areas have been dropping, and not in a good way, where it's like, oh, they're affordable again. Yeah, but nobody wants to live in those areas, right? So I understand, like, you're saving money. People are living at home with their extended families longer. I get it. She's on the second floor of a house that her parents own, and she's not even allowed on the first floor. So is somebody else renting the first floor of a house, and they're stuck on this? I don't know, but that made me smirk, and I'm chuckling to myself because she's walking around with what's the brown bag with the letters? Is it Louis Vuitton?
Louis Vuitton.
Okay.
Yeah.
She has Louis Vuitton stuff. She wears decorative sweatpants.
Say juicy on the ass.
No, they don't have the words on the ass. They don't have the words on the ass, but they look like that style of sweatpants, right?
Probably like Lululemon or something.
Where they're meant to be more going out and about rather than comfortable loungewear kind of stuff.
Gotcha.
Uggs,
business leggings.
All kinds of like designer Uggs. and those kind of things. The other lady, who seems fairly nice, but is just kind of, I don't know if it's like Stockholm syndrome, because I think they're kind of related, or their marriages are related to each other, where she's wearing, I saw her one day wearing a Bad Religion shirt and a flannel. And I got, the first day I was like, hey, how are you? Nice to meet you and everything. She was very nice, but then after that really didn't talk because she's with this other lady. And she dresses down. She's got jeans. She's wearing checkered Vans. You know, she's like
our people.
Oh, yeah, sort of like an old Warped Tour reject, you know? But the way their conversation's going on, it's just like, okay, what's the other lady's story? And they talk about they're living in the basement of a house that their family lives in. Like her parents, everything live upstairs, and her and her husband and her kids live in like a basement apartment of this house. And again, not knocking them, because who knows what anybody's financial status is. They might be saving whatever. But because she's associated with the other one, they're talking like they're so upscale and so all of this stuff. And you go, you guys don't have a pot to piss in. And this is what they're putting out there. So those are the only ones that I have seemed to... if I had to engage more with them, I probably would have had an issue. But I don't. Yeah. I just hear their conversations, and I just shake my head.
Yeah, I always get the rundown of like what kids are in my kid's class and like how he doesn't like them or something like that. So that's mainly my spite. My spite is mainly geared toward the children, not so much the parents. So yeah. If I can make my kid walk around with all the big giant bag of swag and they're running around with their participation trophy, I'll be happy.
Yeah, that's all fine. In the chat is Darren. It's Paltrowitz. Hopefully I got that right. He's a private investigator. He's an author. He has a book out now about I almost said David Letterman, David Lee Roth. Somewhat similar. I just did an episode of Who Are These Podcasts with him. We were talking about David Lee Roth and broke down some of the lore around when Dave took over morning radio from Howard, when Howard left to go to Sirius.
Right.
And the time period between Dave takes over for Howard and then like 3 to 4 months later when we came in and took over for Dave, because that was a disaster. So he also has a podcast too. It's right. What is it called? The Paltrowcast.
Paltrowcast.
So go check out his stuff. Thanks for the plug. Said the last name. Great. Phew. Thank you. I can't pronounce simple words, but difficult words I seem to be nailing, so that's pretty good. Our pal Heather's in the chat. Heather's saying, I just like all other parents, and I don't participate in fundraisers. I am an absolute joy. In more ways than one, Heather. You certainly are. But, which reminds me, I probably need to look at the Music League again. I probably missed a round or something.
No, this one is set up really long. So like it like 3 weeks go by and then we're still in the same round. I'm like, why isn't anybody fucking voting?
All right. I caught up, and now I got to go back and check it out. Our pal Bartholomew in the chat. Parents are the worst, honestly. Some are, some aren't. Some are very nice. I don't really know a lot of the parents. I see them. I recognize that they're a parent of some kid in her class. So, hi, how you doing? And that's about as far as it goes. But
no,
I guess as they get older, when they get invited to parties and things like that, is when you start meeting the parents and
sleepovers.
Yeah.
Well, I got to meet the parents first.
So,
and then I meet them. I'm like, you're not sleeping over here.
Do you want to? Let's transition here. What do you identify? No, I'm kidding. Let's cleanse the palate here. Who doesn't enjoy kids getting hurt, right? In a fun, safe way. We all enjoy videos of kids getting hurt. Not drastically hurt. That would make you a monster. But accidental injuries, comical injuries, all good. It's all part of growing up in life.
It makes me laugh every time.
All right, let's check out a kid here getting hurt.
Fire! Ready?
Yeah, I'm already upset. Good for him.
Let's watch that one more time. For the audio people, for the radio people, he's got one of those water balloon slingshots, and it's tied between two posts. And I guess out in a field somewhere is just some kind of like dilapidated school bus.
It looks like, so they have every year they do those like pumpkin chunkin things where they're shooting pumpkins and
is that what it
pumpkins.
is? Oh,
so
yeah, you're right. Right there.
He's at a little pumpkin
slingshot. I didn't even see that sign till you just said it. It's right there. It's a pumpkin slingshot. So he's got like the little gourd size.
One of those little tiny hard ass pumpkins.
And they're using the water balloon slingshots because I guess you just go out there and you get to smash out the windows and all that, all that fun stuff. It's the equivalent. The adult equivalent is when you see people out at the gun range and they're shooting washer and dryers, dishwashers, things like that. The kid leans back really hard and it backfires.
Really puts his weight into it.
Yeah, let's try it again.
Fire! Ready?
Yep.
The slow motion makes it. Now, the real fun part
makes me happy.
Is he leans back all the way to the ground, lets it go, but it seems like it
gets caught in the
wraps
little
up a little bit,
holds it,
so it doesn't let the pumpkin shoot out like it's supposed to. So it goes full force the other way, but as it's recoiling, the pumpkin comes out and beelines right to the kid's face,
smashes him in the face,
and you can see it right here, piece right there. You can't see my arrow, can you?
No.
Okay, right where the yellow thing is on the screen here, to the left, to the right. Chunks
you can see
of
by
pineapple.
his leg, there's pieces.
Yeah, it just explodes in his face.
Yeah, those are always my favorite.
Hilarious.
I always like when they're also like in those like big wheels or something, and they try to go somewhere and they just smash their faces into something. That account right there is one of my favorites, and it's almost like I miss when you would just randomly send us those videos at like 2 a.m, like me and Rob. And be like, oh my God, this is funny.
Rob gets annoyed now because he keeps saying you're
the ones that you're sending.
Your algorithm is atrocious, and I go, yes, I understand that, but you can laugh. Rob doesn't even respond to things, or if he laughs at something, he goes, absolutely not. Like something's happening with Hollywood agent Rob Stark, where
more
like
sleep.
but he's more of a curmudgeon than usual. Like he doesn't play along anymore.
We miss you, Rob.
He doesn't have any fun. All right. Moving on. What should we go to here? I have a new Christmas song for you. We could go to that. Oh, we could talk about BlueSky.
Yeah.
If you want to talk about BlueSky.
That seems to be the big thing right now with everybody.
So, a while back, a long time ago, BlueSky, if you're not familiar, is a social media platform. It's essentially old Twitter. It's exactly that. They just changed the logo. They kept the same color scheme, and now they put the annoying @bluesky.com as your handle. It's really dumb. I don't know why they're doing it that way, but that's how they're doing it. It was made by the people who created Twitter, and I guess it was in the works before they sold Twitter. And it was a really exclusive platform. Like you had to get an invite.
You had to know a guy who knew a guy
to get an invite to go on there, and then you had to a trial period, I guess. Like you had to post a certain amount or whatever within a few days in order to get accepted and to be on the platform. And then
it was very bare bones too. Like you didn't have a lot of the features like DMing and things like little one-to-one messages that you kind of got with Twitter. They gave you like the bare bones version of it, and then as time kind of came through, they just they implemented DMs just recently, and then they just get it out there to get it out there.
Right. Well, they also got rid of the invites for the thing, because now you can just go and sign up. I think within the last several months they got rid of all of that, and now it's everybody can hop on and do what they want. Well, because the country is the way it is, Trump wins, and then now he has Elon being involved with the government. So once again, Twitter's evil, Twitter's terrible, or X is evil, X is terrible. Everyone hates Elon. If you live or think a certain way. So now the big push is we're going over to BlueSky, but they have to announce it. It's not like I'm shutting down my Twitter in a couple days. Here's my BlueSky address if you want to follow me. It's not something that's simple. There's long paragraphs. There's long-winded videos explaining their disappointment and frustration. No one fucking cares. If you're going to go. Post your thing. I get it. It's like, hey, I'm moving over to here if you want to follow me. Okay, that's fine. don't need your whole backstory. Don't need your sob story. Don't need any of your other bullshit with we're going to BlueSky. Fair enough. I get it. People don't like the way X is going. They don't like... And look, to be fair, there's a lot of things you cannot like about X currently. They're saying that it's a lot more right-wing media that's showing up in their algorithms, but it was okay, when it was Twitter and it was all, left-wing media stuff was showing up in the algorithm. That was perfectly fine, but whatever. Everyone lives in their bubble. They go and do what they want. The increase in the porn stuff, I can say, is really annoying.
It's kind of gross.
That I can actually say is a valid complaint about it. Look, if people
what accounts are usually popping up in yours? Give me in the chat.
Are you looking for something to follow? No, but I mean, like, I have no problem. Porn stars and people with like Zia, our pal Zia,
right,
has OnlyFans. She posts some. I don't think she posts anything nude on her Twitter, but she posts, bikini stuff or whatever, with links like, "Hey, come over and subscribe." I have no problem with that. Even if people were doing OnlyFans and they're posting topless photos or whatever on their own feeds and stuff like, that's fine. Go ahead, do what you want.
Oh, but sure, but when I do it, you block me.
But when it starts showing up, and it's not even people I follow, or for whatever reason or something like, it's just constantly showing up, and you're just like, all right, this is getting a little out of hand. They got to tweak it back a bit. If you're following a lot of people that do that kind of stuff, makes sense. If you're showing
that's
up.
your algorithm,
right?
You've made that happen.
But if you're not, why is it still showing up anyway? That's what I'm curious about. But I can see that being a valid complaint. All right. Political ideologies and religious beliefs and all that other stuff, you're going to get that anywhere. And if you're really feeling that, we need to police the hell out of stuff I don't like or listen to, you should have those settings for your own account. I know at least on X, they have, what is that? I forgot what it's called, but it's like you can put in certain words and phrases that you can mute so that it doesn't show up in your timeline. So if you don't want to know anything about, Gaza or Trump or any of those things, you could put those terms in there and it filters out main stories and stuff like that. I see Bartholomew's thing. A filter? Yes, filter? But I thought there was another name for it that they officially called it. So I agree. You should have personal control over your feed, what you can and can't see to an extent, and all of that stuff. Going to BlueSky, I saw a lot of people saying, it's like, we're going over there. I'm going over here. It's like, then go. Alyssa Milano has posted on every platform that she has and why she's leaving Twitter and why X and why she... Who fucking cares? Your followers are going to follow you. Just say, I'm going over here. That's it. You don't need the whole... You're preaching to the converted at that point. And the people who aren't converted that are seeing it didn't give a fuck anyway.
They're not going to convert.
So it's a waste. Just say, I'm moving over here. If you want to follow me over here, that's fine. I don't shit on people. Whatever. I noticed in the last week, we had a couple, I think it was maybe 3, actually.
You don't have to tell us the numbers. Just make it
no, because it's ridiculous. But at 3, it's like, are you on BlueSky? And I think Giddles or something like a week or 2 ago said, hey,
within the last
he
week,
got on there. Do you want invites? And we're like, you don't need the invites anymore. You can just hop on there. And that was the first I heard, and that's fine. But like other people were saying, hey, are you guys over on there? And I remember I made the account like a placeholder. But
the show has had one for a while. I know I've had a personal one for a while that I've never used.
Right.
It's just the same as that.
So I just
Instagram
posted the basic information for the show, where you can listen to us, where you can find us, and 2 of the videos about the radio industry. That was it. That's all that's there. But I put out the thing because everyone's doing it now. So I'm like, hey, I could be trendy and I could get attention. So I put up screen cap. Yeah, we're on BlueSky here. We're staying here, but we all are also over there if you want to check out our stuff. The news is trying to make it like it's a mass exodus of people fleeing the platform.
They tried this the last time people were when Elon bought Twitter and was going to convert it. Before he even converted it to X, when he was just going to buy Twitter, they were pushing things like, what was it? Hive, Mastodon, There was like 5 or 6 different versions of
somebody
this.
wrote to me on Instagram saying it's like it's not worth doing. A bunch of people tried to move to Mastodon a while ago and it did nothing. I didn't even know what Mastodon was.
I think our friend Matt tried to do Mastodon, and it's just love it or hate it, Twitter or X or whatever you want to call it is still going to be the
main source for news
premier
of a lot of
this
things.
Stuff?
Yeah, I mean, say what you want about the opinions on there. It's one of the biggest news sources in the world.
Right.
Because people, when live shit's going on, people are posting or live streaming to Twitter, posting their shit on Twitter, sometimes Instagram. Like I think
they're
Instagram,
hosting these things. What are they called? There's like this. They could do live shows, like audio. Like people host. It's almost like little TED Talks within Twitter that they do. And it's just it's ridiculous.
Yeah,
like,
it's when that little bar comes up on the top.
Yeah.
Circles?
No, that's not it. But yeah, that's the kind of stuff that they're doing, and you go to BlueSky. That's fine if you want to do that. It's not going to be what you want. It's just not. They're not there yet. No one's going to be.
It's the same thing when Instagram tried to put out their version of Twitter.
Threads.
Yeah. And I have a news clip here that's going to tell you that even Threads has jumped up to like all these people. Okay, sure.
But it's taken years. This was 2 years in the making.
Right. And the interaction for it is still next to nothing.
Right.
Like I know there's people I follow on Threads only because when I set up the placeholder on Threads, it knows your information from Instagram. So it's like, here's people you follow on Instagram. Do you want to follow them here too? I follow.
Oh, see, you're lucky that you even got the option because they almost make you if you have an Instagram and you're following certain people, you're following them on Threads. Like they just move everything.
Oh, maybe that's what it was.
So you're instantaneously already have a following and followers, and you're following something. So it was just like a 1-to-1 move over. Like I don't use it. I see it pop up all the time though.
Okay,
like this person is now following you on Threads. I'm like, great. Who is this?
Then maybe that's what it was because I know I follow a lot of the same people, and a lot of them are famous comedians, wrestlers, musicians. People that have big fan bases, and they don't have anywhere near those numbers on Threads. I started to see over on I'm going to call it Blue Chew because I keep thinking Blue Chew instead of BlueSky. Over on Blue Chew there that they there's who did I see? Patton Oswalt has a big fan base, whether you like his comedy or you don't, or you agree with his politics or you don't, doesn't matter. Famous comedian, Disney personality, all of that. He's everything. Big fan base. Not that big over on BlueSky. And you could say, oh, it's just because it just started. And it's like, no, it's been there for a while. People are, I guess, now migrating over there. Point being that the news is trying to say it's a mass exodus from Twitter going to Threads and going to BlueSky. But then there's part of the equation that they were purposely leaving out. Here, I want to bring up this this news piece here. Let's take a look.
So, announcement. I am about to delete my Twitter.
I don't know about y'all, but I am closing my Twitter account.
Users of X, formerly Twitter, saying they're done with the platform on the eve of a big change. Tomorrow, the company will adopt new terms of service that,
by the way, this I didn't know until I saw the news thing today. This part I didn't know.
Explicitly state, by using X, you're agreeing to let your post be used to train AI, with seemingly no way to opt out.
That means that if you've posted some text, a photo, a video, that X can suck that up and put it into its large language model training database.
So X could then know personal information about you and even create content using your image. Even prior...
Okay, hold on. So creating the content using your image, that I can kind of understand being upset about. Knowing your personal information, people put their personal information out on Twitter since Twitter started in 2006. Their photos, their life, every platform that you have a social media account on, people are putting their personal information out there. It's like that bullshit that comes around every now and then on Facebook when you start seeing people post those graphics. I do not give Facebook to use my photos for promotion and all that other shit. It's already in the terms of service. You've been on Facebook since 2005.
Yeah.
And you've already agreed to it way back then. and all that you do is post your kids nonstop and your family and all that. You don't have that right to say, well, yeah, they can't sell your image or something, like put your name on a t-shirt or something like that. But if they're going to use it for promotion, whatever, you already gave up these rights. People are thinking here, it's like, I didn't approve this. You did. That was part of the thing that people got, the government was getting mad about with TikTok, which I don't think that's going to happen anymore now.
I thought that was supposed to go away.
Well, it's supposed to
literally in September.
It's supposed to be coming up, and then the guy who was overseeing it, I guess he's gone 2 days before the inauguration. So we don't know. It doesn't look like Trump's plans are to follow through with the TikTok ban and all of that stuff. Or it's at least going to be delayed for a while, so it'll still be allowed to operate, but pending.
He's got bigger apocalypses to start.
So, that's funny. But that was one of the things they were complaining about TikTok. It's like, it's using your personal information. It's doing all of this stuff here. People have no fucking qualms about putting their life. Join me in my day in my life when I get up to go, and here's where I get coffee, and here's how I get
my
ready.
Social.
Yeah, you're putting it all out there anyway, and then you're going to get upset that the company's using it. You're on their platform. What do you expect? No shit. Now, taking your photos and making AI out of it is hilarious and horrifying at the same time, because if you go, Twitter's got an AI thing now.
Oh, Grok.
Grok, right. And Grok is what I use to make the iHeart banner, the Darth Vader iHeart thing.
Oh, okay.
For the video, which I want to promote in a moment. Grok is taking a while. You got to really put in a lot of prompts to refine it and everything. But a lot of AI stuff is like that.
Oh, yeah. You get weird faces, 75,000 teeth, 90 fingers. Yeah, they don't get the hands right.
Right. So in order to do all of that, it's got to pull from somewhere. Why? You've already given permission to use all of this stuff. I can't argue with that. I don't want your photos to be used for AI stuff, but you've already agreed to it. So this is just putting this new update, this terms of service, is just putting it up front and center. It was always kind of there to begin with, but now they're just letting you know in plain language, hey, this is happening. So,
do you want to know what's happening now with Apple? They are integrating AI and image generating into some of their newest iOS.
Okay.
I just got the access to what's called Playground. So now you can take Playground, take a picture of yourself.
Wait, is Playground an app or is it part of something else?
Built into the iOS now. So it's like a separated
Wait, what
thing.
iOS do you have?
It's the new I'm in the beta.
Oh,
so I have the newest one. It's coming.
I wait. So I don't allow automatic updates. I wait several days before I.
Oh yeah. See, I'm in the beta versions of things, so I'm like 2 steps ahead. So they're
beta version, beta mail. I see where you're going.
Yeah,
with this.
exactly. But you can like put in picture prompts, so I can take my picture and it does this little thought bubble, and then it makes I put my face in. I put a picture of glasses. And it made a cartoon of me wearing glasses, like instantaneously.
Did it blur you and Ricky Gervais? What is that?
Yeah, it looks like it. But no, that's what they're doing. They're building it into iOS and phones now. Like, it's not even like a separated thing. It's just now it's part of it. So I'm like, I don't know about that. That's kind of weird.
Well,
yeah.
This is the world we're living in.
Oh, I got my hair right in this one though.
Sure did.
Sure did.
Sure did. Late 80s preppy. Continue on with the video here.
To these new terms, the day after the election, X lost more users than any day since Elon Musk bought it in 2022.
There are a few things fueling this exodus. The first is the change of terms of service. The other is just the presence of Elon Musk and what has happened to the platform and the overwhelming amount of content there that is really focused on the new president, Donald Trump, and also just full right-wing information, conspiracy theories, and posts.
All right. Let me offer an opposing point of view with that. So is every other media platform. Every liberal-leaning or even moderate-leaning, all you did was post about Trump and videos about Trump. Positive, I mean, mostly negative, but all you did was constantly keep posting about him. So it's no different on like X. If you're seeing that now, some of the stuff you're seeing on X might be might be more right leaning for other government candidates, and you don't want to see that. You want to hear that. You don't want all that stuff. Okay, fine. That's your right to choose so. But let's just not act like the other platforms were not covering him at all. Like he doesn't exist in those things. So that's not really a fair argument to say, well, I'm left because it's too much Trump stuff. Really? Well, look at all your other outlets. It's all Trump stuff. So the AI thing, okay, I can see that. The other stuff, really? Is it really that? Or are you just saying that because everyone else is saying that? When are you fleeing to BlueSky, Jordan?
Like I said, I've had it. I'm never going to use it, but me, I get on the trends just to see where everyone's at. Like, I don't think I got on Mastodon, but I had BlueSky for a while. I think Gittles actually got me one of the invites like a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
For BlueSky. So I've had BlueSky. I've never used it. I think I have the app, but I haven't.
Gittles didn't get it. He just got his like days ago.
No, Gittles, I think had a BlueSky like a while ago.
Oh, really? Right.
I don't think he's ever used it, but Gittles has been off Twitter or /X for like 2 years now.
No, that I knew, but
yeah. So I think he hooked me up with something a couple years ago.
Maybe I should just post a link to our Twitter account on BlueSky and call it a day, and that's it.
Well, that seems what everyone's doing with their OnlyFans now. That's the only reason they have like Instagram now or X is to promote where else to go.
Because that's where everybody is.
Sure. I mean, it's not a bad way to do it.
It goes back to your other point. These other platforms, look, I'm all for, the marketplace and all that. Sure. If you can find another platform that can rival Twitter and Instagram, fantastic. But they all don't. And,
they can't right now.
Or it's going to take a long time because Facebook, which owns Instagram, and Twitter, X, have such a lead over everybody. It's going to take a while or some kind of massive change in order to get the attention, the numbers, and the routine out of people. People get up in the morning, they're scrolling through Instagram, looking at photos, whatever, or as they say, doom scrolling, because they're going through Twitter and seeing everything that's going on there. To get people out of those habits, those routines, is going to take a lot, like a massive shift in how we use and consume social media. By all means, go ahead. There's somebody we know that's on BlueSky that's posting a lot, and there's zero interaction. Not for a lack of trying, and not because the person's not a nice person or whatever. It's just not there. There's no interaction. There's no responses. There's nothing. And upping the frequency of posting is not the way to do it either.
No.
But I see the same thing on Threads too. I see people post, comics post, whatever. Not that much interaction there. Instagram, yes. Twitter, yes. Is what it is.
Other social media sites are reaping the benefits. BlueSky welcoming 2.5 million new users in the last week, and Meta's Threads up 15 million in November alone.
Okay. The Threads up 15 million in November alone. All that is on your Instagram, there's a little grayed out button in your profile if you haven't set up a Threads. It's like, you got to set up your Threads. You hit that button, it does it for you, and that's it. That's not really...
Remember the controversy with Threads, where if you sign up for Threads, you can't undo Threads because it's tied into Instagram, which means if you get a Threads account and you said, you know what, this isn't for me, you can never get rid of it because then you have to nuke your entire Instagram account. That was the huge ordeal. I don't know if they changed it. I don't see why they would. Because they want to retain people.
Well, it doesn't matter. It's just you're carrying dead weight. It's not going to do anything for you. So what I was going to say with these numbers, it's like 2.5 million new users for BlueSky, 15 million in November alone for Threads. What they're not showing is that Twitter or X had record numbers of people coming to the platform. Whether you liked, if you were right-leaning or left-leaning, people were going there to see what was going on. More so than any news network. And that's not they're not reporting that. I'm not defending it, but I'm just saying that's also a fact. The numbers leading up to the election stuff were record-breaking for new X subscribers. Whether they maintain that is another thing, but they had record numbers too. So.
Now, when NBC News asked X about this, they didn't respond directly, but instead pointed to previously published election day numbers, which they say were an all-time high for the platform. Lester?
All right, Savannah, thanks.
There we go.
Look, I think no one's going to BlueSky. No one cares about BlueSky. And if you guys want to follow me on BlueSky, go to Jinx Ronan at bluesky.social. You
were writing that the whole time? I was like, I didn't make that prompt.
No, you did not.
Okay.
Called prep, buddy.
Darren in the chat. Let's face it, most people who are afraid of their information getting out there aren't that interesting.
That's true.
And their info was already leaked in multiple breaches. That is also
I have
true.
tried improving my my credit score by putting my social out there. No one cares about me. It's why I don't ever promote anything.
How many times have we found out around the holiday season that Target got breached, and their
all
information
the time.
For Red Card users were always put out, and then I get that same letter all the time saying we're taking steps to make sure this never happens again. Here is 1 year of some security service I've never heard of that could check on that you can use to check your credit reports and if your name is being used in other ways tied financially and all this stuff, and you're like, and then Macy's does it, and then you find out there's no way to 100% protect everything.
No.
But come on. We're not dumb here. So, again, you can follow us. It's Eric Nagel on BlueSky if you need to go that. But bring up your BlueSky thing again. Look at that. Look at how terrible that handle is.
Wow, thanks, Eric.
Yeah, I know. I mean, one, your name's on it, but two, that
right.
.bsky.social.
Yeah, it really doesn't roll off the tongue.
No, it doesn't. Do what Twitter does. Do what Instagram does. Do what YouTube does. At whatever your handle is, and everyone knows how to get to the platforms. You can go and check it out. I'm wondering, does BlueSky have the thing where you can make your accounts private like Twitter does?
I literally have 2 followers, and I think one of them's a bot, the other one is Giddles. So I have no idea how to mess with it yet.
I'll have to explore a little more to see if people are really batting down the hatches. I did notice this. So I saw some people coming in, I guess when I posted, they started following me on BlueSky. And there was something tied to Opie and Anthony.
Oh, no.
That I did a search for. And I guess everyone that used to love us that doesn't like us anymore is on BlueSky. Because I also want to point out, I had zero clue we had such a large gay fan base.
Well, they all thought it was Blue Chew, so that's why they came over.
Possible. But they're all acting like they're recovering talk show fans, like Howard, us, maybe 1 or 2 other shows they'll throw in there. And then you go and you look at their profiles and you look at this like, I can't believe, I was almost, what were some of the terms? Radicalized in my 20s and all this stuff. And I'm like, what kind of show did you think we were doing?
Right.
But then you look it up there and they all got to put out, it's like, I'm openly gay now, or, you look at their profiles and you're like, okay, there's the flags and all this stuff. It's like, I didn't know we had that big a gay following. Not that that was a problem, not that we'd give them a hard time if they were, but I wasn't aware of it. And I see so many people here saying, I can't believe I've listened to them as long as I did. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, should I feel bad for my career? Should I feel bad about what we did? No, I don't. It's the children who are wrong. But it's amazing that I'm seeing a lot of this. Now, it's not coming to me, but if you just search Opie and Anthony in BlueSky, you see all the people there that, I mean, look, obviously they don't like the current direction that Anthony has been going down, and I get it. Not for everybody, but
it pops up on my feed every now and then. I just shake my head. I'm like, oh my God.
Right. But just a lot of people saying that they feel disgusted that they ever listened to our show. Those kind of comments. I'm like, who are you impressing by this? These confessionals about that you didn't like the show, and they're comparing us to Tucker Carlson and Alex Jones and all these other things. One, we were on and more famous than they were before they became whoever they were. But 2, it's just so weird that they're looking back like it's like regretting dating somebody. I regret ever going out with that person. I regret that I was married to that person. It's like that kind of vibe, if you will. Oh, here's another thing. A quick little sidebar. Finish your fucking thought when you're saying something is giving you a something vibe. They don't do that anymore, and it's so fucking pompous and arrogant of them. Like, it was really dumb when it says, "Oh, this is giving like McDonald's vibes," and they're posting a photo of a cheeseburger. But then they go, "This is giving such McDonald's," and then that's it. And then they keep going on. I'm like, did they forget to type? What's going on here? Or when they're saying that, "Oh, this is," whatever they're making the comparison to, they say that. Are you wearing a Seattle shirt, by the way? I just noticed. Is that the Kraken? Look at you. Is that your new team?
We'll see.
Wow, good for you. Fantastic. Can't be the Utah Football Club or whatever they're calling themselves now.
I don't care about them. They don't exist to me.
No. Anyway. People are just stupid on social media. Stop taking it so fucking seriously. Or get off it altogether, which nobody can't because you're all addicts. All right. Moving on. There we go. What a terrible fucking pull. That is a terrible graphic.
It's terrible. It was in a rush.
Did you have AI make that?
Right. It was my phone doing it.
All right. Do you want to cleanse the palate a little bit after that? All that.
Sure. What do we got now? More kids.
I want to show you.
That's what we need to do. We'll cleanse the palate after every segment by just showing kids getting hurt.
We can do a
That'll
kids
be how
thing.
we do that.
We can do a kids thing. I was going to go to some music stuff, but we could do a kids thing here.
Is it Christmas music?
No. This is we can do that too. We'll do a music segment. Here we go. This will be let's check this out. This little girl who has a fascination with pickles.
Hey Rory, what do you want to dress up as for Halloween? A pickle? A pickle. A pickle. A pickle. A pickle. A pickle. Pickle? Yeah.
What kind of situation are we in? That's amazing.
Isn't that great?
That's perfect. Actually, I think today is National Pickle Day too, so this is perfect. I told you that I went to Jimmy John's yesterday for lunch, and I debated heavily not getting that pickle sandwich, and I almost ordered it. And I was like, you know what? I'm just not in the mood for this.
You were right not to do that.
Yeah, I chose not to.
It's a waste of money.
I did get the pickled chips though, and that was delicious.
I'm sure they're fantastic.
Oh yeah, they were good.
Just get the pickle. And then even remember the one kid that we were watching. Oh wait, by the way, the thing the pickle sandwich that was just so hard to get into his mouth. Where is he? Here he is.
It's so hard. It's so huge. You can't get your mouth around it. It's too much.
Yeah, that was.
Why do we have such a gay following? Well, I don't know, Eric.
I guess so.
They like our drops.
He even said he wanted to get a side pickle for the pickle sandwich, and the pickles they were selling were smaller than the ones they were using for the sandwich, and they won't sell the ones that they're using for the sandwich as is. So what's the point?
I'm more impressed that they got that many pickles of that size to make those sandwiches. That's like those have to be pumped full of chemicals.
Yeah, they're called GMOs.
Right.
But good for that kid. Kid wanted to be a pickle, stuck with it. Every time, every different scenario, tried to catch the kid off guard. Wanted to be a pickle. And then what happened? Big reveal, the kid's a pickle, and the kid couldn't be happier.
Did you ever see the video of that little girl who was crying just uncontrollably because she wanted waffles? And that all she does is think about waffles, and then she just can't stop thinking about waffles? That's the next waffle kid. That little girl is my hero, because you know what? I also think about waffles a lot.
Do you really?
Oh, I love waffles.
Pickles? Yeah. I'm a pickle!
Kid is just so happy to be a pickle.
She's a big deal.
Good for her. That's what you did there. That could also be the show title. Hold on that.
I'm a pickle. Just exclamation points.
I was going to say she's a big deal, but...
that's pretty good too.
A pickle might also be a candidate. Multiple exclamation points. All right. Good for that
really
kid.
Sell that one. Yeah, good for her.
I want to do, let's do a little bit of a music break here.
Okay.
I want to show you, we're going to go to Detroit for their own version of Michael Jackson's Thriller.
We got the thriller, thriller night, and I got them Get up, thriller.
All right.
What the hell?
So
wait. So did that person know them, or
No.
they were just being complete assholes?
This person walks up to this, I guess it's a liquor store.
Right.
And there's people hanging outside the liquor store. I'm trying to find the full video because apparently from what I read, some guy yells, "Oh shit, it's Thriller." And this guy turned on his phone. So then you're seeing this lady who's wearing like a bedazzled crop top, jeans, some kind of black purse, but a padded shouldered red jacket that doesn't really fit. But the way her hair looks, they're saying she looks like Michael Jackson in Thriller. So the guy just turns the phone on and starts doing this. Like he got right in her face. You see how like startled she was?
Right. Well, she looks like she pushed him back. Like there is definitely more to the front of this.
So she walks in the store. The guy walks in the store. She's now waiting online. There's a guy at the register, and it's those giant walls of bulletproof glass.
Yeah.
So he's dealing with the cashier, and as this guy continues singing, the guy in front of him and the cashier also join in to the chorus. Right here.
Get up,
I like how everybody else got into it.
Yeah, they all started doing the get up, and now this lady just moves back and she goes, "This is funny to you?" And that's how the video. Oh, this! I laughed so hard at this. I'm like, just to do to somebody randomly. I'm like, look, it could have ended way more tragically, like some of these videos do, but that's hilarious. He just turns on the phone. He's like, "Holy shit, it's Thriller." Good on him. All right. What other music stuff do we have to? Well, you mentioned Christmas songs. Do you want do you want a cool cover song or do you want a Christmas song?
Is it a cool Christmas cover song or is it a? Because I guess you can't really like do cover songs of Christmas music. You just make
all Christmas songs are cover songs.
Yeah, I was gonna say they're all covers.
Unless there's some original ones like Mariah Carey's. I think the reason why Mariah Carey's song is so huge
because it's hers.
Because it's an original.
Right.
Everything else
because I'm in a different music league, and
interpretation.
right now we're doing Christmas music. So I did a cover of one, and then So do the Christmas song. You know me, I love Christmas.
Okay, so I'm going to start off with saying this. I'm a little annoyed because I came across this last weekend.
Okay.
And like a night or two ago, I'm watching our pals Garrett and Steve. And they're talking about something, and he starts leading into it. I go, wait a minute, this better not be. And there it was. He started doing the video that I have here. And I got really upset. I was like, damn it!
Should have did it last week.
Well,
is this one of the ones that you didn't load so that you were like, we'll do it next week?
No. I only found that this weekend.
Gotcha.
But they're on, I think, 3 or 4 days a week, so they have time to, fill and play all of this stuff. Launchpad McQuack saying cover song. Is it the Edmund Fitzgerald? I would love for that. There's some cover that's going around. Somebody covered the Edmund Fitzgerald. Why you would cover that song, I don't know.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite duets, Louis Armstrong and Edmund Fitzgerald.
Yes. Or like what was that song about an Eskimo?
Oh, I don't know.
Remember there was some novelty. Going out, coming in. You ain't seen nothing like the Mighty Quinn. There was a song called The Mighty Quinn, and it was about like a 7-foot tall Eskimo. That was the whole point of the song. It's like the 70s had weird fucking music that hit for some reason. Anyway, so they played this song, and I went, oh my God, damn it. But it's new to this audience because hopefully we're not sharing the same audience.
I was going to say, I don't know if there's a lot of crossover right now.
So what's better than Christmas music being celebrated in other countries, right? Right?
Right.
Of course, now the circle of whatever is going to go. Here we go.
Just hear those sleigh bells jingling.
Oh, it's not playing on your end, is it? All right.
Nope.
Here we go.
Just hear those sleigh bells jingling, a ring a ting a ting a ling a too. Ring a ling a ling a ding dong. Come on, it's lovely weather for a sleigh ride together with a Jew. Ring a ling a ding a ding dong. Outside the snow is falling and friends are calling you. Ring a ling a ling a ding. Come on, it's lovely weather for a sleigh ride together with a Jew. Ring a ling a ling a ding dong ding. Ring a ling a ling a ding dong ding.
These are the holidays I can get behind.
Ding dong ding. Ring a ling a ling a ding dong ding.
Some Indian Christmas music.
Our cheeks are nice and rosy and comfy and cozy are we. We are snuggled up together like two birds of a feather would be. Let's take the road before us and sing us a chorus or two, maybe three. Come on, it's lovely weather for a sleigh ride together with a
I love that he's on Spotify and Apple. So if you want to go get Vindaloo Sing, Do Sleigh Ride.
Yes.
I'm actually downloading it right now.
I need to go see if he has a full album because this might be our Christmas music for the season.
Oh,
I don't know.
Make it. Yeah.
But that whole ring-a-ding-a-ding-a-ding-a-dong-a-ding.
That's my favorite part. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Vindaloo Sing.
Beautiful time. Let's do another cover song here for you.
Okay.
This one I think you're really going to love.
Oh my God, he has he does an entire Christmas album.
He does. He has a full one.
Funny Christmas music, Indian version of songs. Sleigh Ride, Indian Christmas, All I Want for Christmas Is You, Jingle Bell Rock, the Indian version.
Perfect.
Thank you for bringing this to my life, Eric. It's the only thing I'm going to listen to for the entire season.
Well, this song, you may say that now.
Right.
But this song that I'm going to show you brings together two fantastic music genres that up until this point have never met.
Okay.
And I've
seen a lot of crossovers, so
I found that to be really mind-boggling. A bit of a head-scratcher, if you will, that this does not exist until now. You're taking 2000s pop-punk emo music.
Okay.
Mixing it with some ethnic Mexican-style music.
I cannot wait for the amount of trumpets I'm about to hear.
You're going to get this.
When I was a young boy.
Yeah, that's
Z Band. Go find them on all the music platforms, their YouTube channel and everything like that. It's just... Yeah,
that's actually great. I want to listen to the other stuff. Now, Gabby's saying she prefers mariachi to norteño. I think I need to look up like what the main big difference would be.
Mariachi has... it's more... Mariachi is like...
It feels very
like,
polka.
Mariachi is... You could say it's polka. I felt it was more like the ska, Spanish ska kind of thing with the horns, with the maracas. It's more upbeat. It's more emphasis on the offbeat than the 4/4 kind of thing. But either way, fantastic shit coming out of Mexico.
That was awesome. The band is, what'd you say, Easy Band. Their album that has that song is called Make It Norteño Volume 2, Side B, and I just downloaded it. Just came out this year. So I am...
Hold on. Got a course correct. Gabby's saying mariachi does not have drumming. Yes, I know,
all strings.
But the rhythm of what they're doing is very upbeat, very ska kind of style upbeat. Yeah, it's all strings.
That's right, Eric. School the person from Mexico what mariachi is.
I am Mexsplaining.
Seriously. What do you know, Gabby? South of the border resident.
Women will like what I tell them to like.
There you go.
What a dick.
Mexsplaining.
Write that down too, because that may be a title.
All right. Mexsplaining.
I really like how you were like legitimately in there explaining the difference of mariachi and norteño to someone who lives south of the border.
Right, but I don't want me to look like the fool where I was not trying to be the fool. I gladly will admit when I'm wrong.
Which is not today, Gabby. Not today. Mexsplaining.
There we go.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm in.
All right. Fantastic. What else do we have to talk about here? We've got a bunch of other things before we go on.
You know what? Before we go to break, I would like to watch
yet,
that. I know, but before we do, I really want to watch the Apple Lady.
That's exactly what I was queuing up here. Okay. So there is an ad for Apple. What is the product or the feature that they're using?
It's their new AI built into your phones. It's like Siri, but it's Siri, but way better. Apparently, I've used it. It's very good, but the ad is fucking infuriating.
So it's a father sitting on a couch, and his children bring a gift to him. Is it his birthday, I guess, right?
I think it's Christmas.
Or Christmas.
Yeah.
Well, that's even worse if it's Christmas.
Right?
And the mom realizes, she didn't get anything. Christmas Day. Her attitude and her look and her disgust of her family is put front and center as an ad for Apple.
Right.
Let's take a look.
Happy birthday, Dad.
Birthday.
Oh, it's birthday. Okay.
We had to get you something.
Okay, hold on. We got to break this down for the radio audience, too. So kids are coming downstairs. They have gifts. The father's sitting on the couch in the living room. Happy birthday, Dad. Mom's in the kitchen. She's just a miserable woman. Pouring some coffee. And they're like, happy birthday, Dad. And she goes,
We said no gifts.
She rolls her eyes and goes,
I forgot that guy again.
Like she's just a terrible person already.
We had to get you something.
Already his birthday?
Yeah. So it cuts back. The kids are giving the gifts. They're opening it up. It cuts back to the mom freaking out in the kitchen.
She's looking around to find whatever she can find on the counters
for his
to hand
birthday.
him. Exactly.
So he's opening up the present.
Cutting block.
So she hops on her phone. She's doing something while he's opening his gifts.
Oh, honey. Thank you.
Kids gave him a very thoughtful gift. Probably a tie.
My hammer.
Turn over.
Oh. Yeah, look at that.
So, they gave him a thoughtful gift, and then I guess he does a lot
They
with
laser
tools.
engraved his hammer.
Yeah, with his
nice.
initials in there. That must mean something to him. It's personalized. It's a personalized gift.
I had a great teacher.
A lot of thought into it.
Oh, here we go.
Did you do this yourself?
Man, I had a great teacher.
So she did it.
Oh.
Because all the years of him teaching her how to do stuff, she went and did the engraving as a gift to him to thank him for all that
your
he's done.
hard work in teaching me has allowed me to bestow this gift on you.
Right.
It means something. It is very personal.
Now, after she says, I had a great teacher, it cuts back to the mom.
Man, I had
Look
a great
at this.
teacher.
She's mocking the kid. She's on her phone and she just kind of raises her eye, goes like, "Oh, the fucking kid's so perfect. They put thought into this thing here." And you're like, Jesus Christ. Oh, you know what? Big Red Tower. Yes, you're correct, but you're not in the spirit of this. Big Red Tower in the chat is saying, "Too bad the engraving will weaken the hammer handle." Yes, that is probably true.
Well, Dad'll find that out later. Right now, it means a lot.
Yeah. 1, 2, shoots back into his face. He lost an eye. He's dead. Okay. So she's on. This is the AI software on that?
Yeah, it's new AI. Yeah, it's literally built into the phone now. Like you hit a button and it just instantly pops up.
All right. So it looks like it says it's making a movie of memories. Mm-hmm. And her memories are saying woodworking with the kids. So not only is she trying to last minute find a gift, she's leeching off their ideas. She has no original thought put into this.
Thank you, sweetie. I love it.
So I guess the AI software is she hits the button and then she's running over to the couch now. The AI software is going through her phone, I guess, through the photos and videos that she has, the memories, if you will, to make a movie out of this. And then she just leans over. By the way, if somebody gave this to you as a gift, I would be like, and
slap the phone out of their hand.
Yeah, exactly. Or you do the back thing where it flips up in the air and you could watch it go up and then down and smash onto the floor.
This is from me.
That's the mom handing the phone. She goes, "This is from me to you."
You love wearing those goggles. You remember the little nest?
Yeah.
So her gift, they're watching a movie montage of their memories of the kids woodworking with their dad. None of which have photos of the mom in there because probably she's taking the photos. But it puts the whole thing together. And she goes, oh, let me give you a gift of everything that they already did. So there was no original thought or love or care put into this. The girls
Dad's
are leaning
really
on their
loving
father.
it.
They're watching the video. They're getting a little emotional. The dad's a little emotional.
And she thinks she just rewrote history.
Yes, the mom turned
and
around.
gave the greatest thing in the world. Drop the mic.
On the
Best
screen, it
gift
says,
ever.
create movie memories, Apple Intelligence. She's walking around like, I'm the shit. Like, yep, fucking nailed it.
Nailed it.
All this, like, I nailed
Going back
it.
to
New
her
on
coffee.
the iPhone 16. And you go, what a sea of a mom, a wife, and a person this lady is.
Right. Now, we don't know if the husband, the father,
The marital
is a real
status. Are you going to say
asshole.
the marital
Maybe-
status?
Yeah, we don't know their history. Maybe he beats her. Who knows? But the fact that
Wouldn't you
they're
if she was
using
acting
this to-
like that?
I mean, no.
Or at
I'm
least
not-
you'd
I'm not-
contemplate it.
I just want to shake her.
Never shake a middle-aged woman.
The fact that they played it off like that was it. Good for you. You did it. And I'm a terrible gift getter.
Right.
Because it's just like, I buy whatever I want or whatever. But if someone hands me their phone with a slideshow that they didn't put together,
you know when that
you're
means
going to get
some-
my phone with the divorce papers that you need to sign digitally.
You know when that means something? I'm just putting the freeze frame back on her mocking the kids' gifts where she's like, oh, they give me gift. You know when that means something? If somebody gave you, it's like I made this little movie or video for you. When your young child
right,
put it together for you and said, hey, I made this for you. That's when it means something. Your
Sure.
kid's
or
10,
I created
figuring...
this physical book.
Yeah, your kid's 10, 12, figuring out how to do all this stuff on a MacBook or something or whatever app, put it all together and like, I made this for you. That means something.
Yeah.
The kid tries to put something together. When your sea of a wife forgot your birthday altogether and rather than, there's no effort, so you can't say, oh, it's this thought that counts. It's the sentimental gift. Nope. At this point, there's no dollar amount that's going to save this lady right now for handing a phone. I made you this. And she walks away. All right. Here's how I see this going. She hands the phone to the guy. She walks away. And she's like, I'm the fucking
Drop the
best. I
mic,
thought
yeah.
She walks. It looks like she's going upstairs or something. She leaves the room while they're all on the couch. What if the video ends and the dad goes, oh, that's nice, closes out of it. She has her text open and she's sexting with another guy or something like that. I came up with the idea because she's so fucking miserable with her life. Now he's looking out there and he's seeing conversations she's having with another guy.
Yeah, but see, it's not now it's not an Apple commercial. It's divorce court.
Right. It's exactly that. Also brought to you by Apple. Or he just sees her homepage on her phone and there's like the Bumble app or whatever the other dating apps are. Tinder. Grindr.
Or it's his phone and it's Grindr and the kids are right there.
Well, Grindr I think is only gay guys, right?
Exactly.
So whatever the women's
that's why it's
equivalent of there. Or the one dating app, the Blackening or whatever it is. I don't know. Just looking
it's
for
a horror
black
movie.
guys, right? Yeah. So now he's looking through her all the phone. You don't see. This would be funny if we had the means to do it. We continue the ad. She walks away. He finds on her phone all this horrible stuff. Now their marriage is in trouble. The kids hate her. The whole family is falling apart because she was too fucking lazy to get a gift. She thought she was smart by using an AI app, and then it just ruined their whole entire family. That's the ad I want to see. Do the extended Super Bowl cut where it goes for like a minute and a half and just show the whole family falling apart. Maybe he starts beating her with the hammer that he just had engraved.
God.
Something like that.
So the ad for Terrifier 4.
Something. Tie it in. Yeah, Terrifier's playing on the phone. Yeah.
That's rough, man. I don't know if I want to go that far.
I do. I want to see it go really far. That 1 year. Remember that 1 year mom fucked up dad's birthday so bad it destroyed the entire family?
Wow.
Sit down, kids. Let me tell you a tale about your dumb grandmother, of how she was too lazy to get a gift for your grandfather, put together some AI movie collage. She didn't, by the way. The software did. She hands it off. What if it was all blurred? What if it was fucked up? What if it was the wrong song? Like, it had a sentimental song on there. What if it picked something else that was completely inappropriate, right? That went into the whole thing there. Or maybe she had nudes on her phone, and it didn't know, it misread something, and now it's just her, with a leg up, spread into a full-size mirror that she's been sending to the guy that she's cheating on him with.
Or like what Girk says, her OnlyFans page pops up.
No, at least that's bringing money into the house. That's something you could, come to terms with.
It's a useful.
That's something you could come to terms with and maybe have, rectify the situation with the family. But
damn it, Susan! Why are there so many feet pics in your, your album?
All of that shit's going on. It's like there's a lot of Poshmark stuff on there. What's this folder here? Oh, there's gaping happening here.
Oh my god!
Who is that guy? Who's that guy's hand holding her throat in all these photos? It's showing up in the montage to his Christmas gift while the kids are sitting there helping build and varnish the playhouse that's outside that they spent so much time on together. And then there's this photo of a lady being choked out. Oh, it's their mom by an off-colored hand, and that's all you're seeing. And you're like, what hell happened here? Apple Intelligence. Well, it didn't really work because she didn't clear all that shit off of her phone.
There's some Norteño music playing. The hand is a little more brown than Dad's.
Yeah. These are the ads I want to see.
There's one way to go that way.
Oh, there's many ways. The other way is, like you said, he picks up the hammer and just finishes her.
Oh my god!
Then he goes to jail. The kids are, are left with the grandparents. The mom's gone, and you go, "Thank you, Apple Intelligence." There's no positive outcome.
It's an Apple Intelligence commercial.
It starts as an Apple AI ad and ends as a Black Mirror episode.
No, it starts off as an Apple AI ad. It goes completely the route you're talking, and it says Apple Intelligence, but it's a Google ad. Because it's like, we're better than them.
See, that's smart. That's capitalizing on a tragic situation in the right way.
Google, we won't kill your family.
Launchpad saying, no way the Apple AI can separate her lovers from her husband.
No, it's true, because most of her lovers have
that hand is like one or two. It looks like, when you get the painting things at Home Depot to see like the different versions of the color that you're looking for. It's just a couple shades darker than his hand, and he knows that's not his hand, but it seems to be choking her out in a way that she seems to find pleasurable.
Susan, that hand looks a little more caramel than mine.
Right.
What the hell's going on?
Right. The other one there has the hair wrapped around his hand as he's gripping and thrusting down. That's going to the movie montage. There's all kinds of stuff happening here. This looks like she's leaning over in a car and he's holding it this way. And there's the backside of her head and her underwear sticking out from her jeans because I guess they were out banging in a parking lot somewhere.
I don't know, Eric. None of this seems very off the cuff right now. I think that
I watch porn. You all do. Stop acting like you don't.
You bunch of prudes.
I don't even have to say porn. I have an X account. You all see it there all the time.
Right, it's all on X. That's how we hide it all together.
He just finishes bludgeoning her with the hammer, drops the hammer, and walks away like this. Does that same fucking face because he saw her face.
The same Apple Music plays as she was walking away.
Like the TV was off in the living room because they're watching the AI shitty music video that she made, and he sees in the reflection of the television that's off, he sees her doing that shit in there. So now that's what happened. She got bludgeoned with the engraved hammer from his child, and then walks away. Apple Intelligence.
No, but see, as it was pointed out, he wouldn't have the actual brute force strength to do it because they weakened the handle and it broke.
Yeah, the claw went into her head.
Oh.
And then, just to be sure, because he didn't know if she was fully dead or not, he lunged the broken wood handle into her heart thinking she's a vampire. just to be sure, because you never know nowadays.
It's a meth commercial telling you not to get involved in meth.
No, it's all Apple intelligence. Stop trying to brand other products into this. Stay with the format.
I'm sorry.
here.
Am I not? I guess I don't have to brand meth. Everyone knows about it by now.
No, that can be included, but it's not brand. You're losing the focus of it's.
No, I understand what it is. I'm trying to get away from the spousal abuse.
Right.
That we need to cut out of here.
Right.
Yeah. Anyway, let's look at that pickle kid again. We got to cleanse our palates. Ugh. Poor family. Thanks, Apple.
That lady might be on the thumbnail for this week's episode.
Yeah, grab the thumbnail of at least her making that face.
Yeah. Before we get into some other things, I do want to say we had mentioned the AI stuff and things that I used for. Why is my branding thing not moving? There we go. I wanted to say that we have 2 episodes up on our YouTube channel that I would like you to go and check out. One is making the rounds in the radio industry.
Ooh.
So much so. Oh, I forgot to load this video too. One is this episode here. Called can we do it the other way? No, we can't do it that way, can we? All right.
Of just us and that.
Yeah, I was trying to see if I could bring it into the side view of this, but alas, it is not letting us do that here. So this episode, it's not an episode, it's more of a segment that's available independently on our YouTube channel there. It's called Radio Is Over, and we discussed what happened there. That was weird. We were talking about the bloodbath that just happened with iHeartRadio, and unfortunately, the future of corporate radio is going to be a problem that it just does not look likely that it's going to have anything available for anybody in radio anymore. And to say in a good way that the outlook is rather bleak for all of this, but what can you do? That is just the world and the industry that we are currently in, and it doesn't look like it's going to be changed for the better anytime soon. The other episode, the other segment that we have up on the YouTube channel I want you to check out is this one here. And we give you some examples about how podcasts and live streaming pretty much made mainstream media irrelevant this year. Radio meant nothing. Late night meant nothing. Talk shows appearances for any of the presidential candidates really meant nothing. Some of the news didn't even mean anything anymore. There was no boost from doing 60 Minutes. There's no boost from doing Meet the Press, things like that. That normally means something during political season. Didn't move the needle for their candidate. Like Trump wasn't even doing them. Kamala Harris was doing them, and it didn't really help at all. Like it didn't hurt her, but it didn't. Well, maybe the 60 Minutes thing hurt her, but the other ones did nothing. The View did nothing. Colbert did nothing. But Kamala going on Call Her Daddy, going on Club Shay Shay with Shannon Sharp, did something. Did more than traditional media did. And of course, Trump going on Logan Paul and Andrew Schultz, Theo Vaughn, Joe Rogan, all did wonders for him. And piecing all this together, and you look back at it and go, with those $100 million deals that were happening over the summer for some of these shows, this truly was the year that podcasting and live streaming showed mainstream media that it's not over for them, but you gotta fucking change something fast, because this is more relevant and more important to society than those old mediums. So please go and check out those episodes. I thought I had a video here. Let me see if I still have it. I got word that somebody was talking about it. Yep, there it is. Okay, I'm loading it right now. Was talking not directly about us, but the information that this person was talking about definitely came from us, meaning that this person watched our video and then was stating some stuff as fact. Any guess to who you think it might be?
I mean,
it was Opie.
Do you miss being on the radio? Wow, is that a good question? No, not really. No, I'm kind of doing it through the live streaming. So, you know, that satisfies the itch that I have. So, no, not really. to be honest with you. They're firing everybody. iHeartRadio just literally fired everybody once again. Radio, traditional radio is dead. They didn't understand that the podcasting movement was going to take over the world, and they weren't ready for the podcasting movement to take over the world when they had a huge lead. We've talked about this. New media, sniffs around, and the established media is like, we don't have to worry about that. And then new media swoops in and just destroys everybody. Satellite radio did that to regular radio. Podcasting is doing that to satellite radio as we speak.
Okay. He obviously saw our video and watched this stuff. He'll deny it, but I know it's just too much of the information we were giving. His whole thing about he's been speaking about it forever. New media is always going to. This guy did not want to do podcasting. He wanted to in a way, but when he had to deal with Westwood One, they were like, all right, we're going to show you how to do podcasting. You can do your show how you want to do it. He wouldn't do it. He kept walking around the city doing live remotes from places that didn't need to have a live remote from. And he wouldn't sit down and focus on what he did. And he blew a contract that he had with Westwood One because he didn't want to do a podcast. And now because that opportunity's gone and he's long removed and there's no other deals coming for him or Opie and Anthony or any of that kind of stuff with traditional media. Now he's about the live streaming. Now he's about the podcast again. Nobody's talking about his podcast. The live streaming, only people that talk about it are the ones that send stuff to Norton or to Anthony or to me or to Sam or to anybody. Hey, Ope talked about this stuff. Half his shit's behind a paywall, so we don't have it. I had to pay for his paywall in order to get the clip because the person who told me about it didn't have the clip. And it was I guess did it that morning, and then it went right behind the paywall for me to go and get it. But he's sitting there, it's this and doing this. It's not just podcast doing it to satellite radio. Satellite radio did it to themselves. They're the ones jumping in onto the podcast market in the last year or two. Podcasts are doing this to all media. All traditional media is podcast and streaming. Now, you have to preface by saying there's a very small percentage of podcasts that are doing this. It's not the whole entire medium because there's like 1 million something podcasts out there. And only a handful of them are bringing in people and bringing in money. A lot of them are sustaining. They make money to sustain and keep doing it. But the really big ones that are making all the money, very small percentage of the entire industry. But that percentage with the ones that are also maintaining are enough to ruin mainstream media to the point where they got to change everything because of this. I don't want to go into the rest of it, but
I was going to say.
Anyway, watch our video. Watch our video and we break it down, both of them, and explain everything that's going on there.
And for now, not hidden behind a paywall. Go check it out.
Yes, it's there.
Eventually, we're going to try.
For now.
Yeah.
Once it starts getting popular, right behind the paywall. It's
right
not for
behind
anybody. It's only for us.
Yeah. We have to give you that fix first.
Do you want to cleanse the palate?
Always. It's just,
How about we check out a guy who goes around having rap battles with mailboxes?
I'm already in.
Hi, my name is Drew Freed, and today I'm on my rollerblades rap battling mailboxes. Look at this piece of shit bastard. Probably dreams of being on Treehouse Masters. Piece of shit. Hey, dude, you must have made $1 million in stocks, because I see you just built an extension on your mailbox. You piece of shit. This mailbox has a little flashlight. Who's he think he is? The park ranger at your campsite telling you can't light fires because they're banned at night? Alright, you piece of shit. Dr. Dre said he just works for the post office, but I don't give a shit. God sent me to roast mailboxes. Hello, my name is. Hello, my name is. Hello, my name is. A huge piece of shit. Hey, kids, let's play a game of battleships. Miss, hit, miss, hit, hit, miss, hit. Looks like I sank your piece of shit, you pieces of shit. Knees weak, palms are sweaty. I spilled coffee on my sweater already. This mailbox has a white head and black arms and no belly. Who's it think it is? Machine Gun Kelly? Piece of shit.
Fucking hate Machine Gun Kelly.
He's got a bunch of these things.
That's fantastic. No, good for him. And I like how he's like on rollerblades. Like that just sells it even more. He's just running around on rollerblades roasting fucking mailboxes.
Yeah, he's got a bunch of different ones. Well, he has the Mailbox series seems to continue because people really like that, but he does it for other things too. I just thought about who's going around, one, rollerblading, two, having rap battles with mailboxes.
Rap battles with mailboxes? Perfect.
So, fantastic stuff.
That is good.
What else do we have here to show you that before we move on to segment 2? Civil unrest down in New Zealand.
I mean, sure.
No?
I always like the Kiwis.
Okay. So apparently, I guess in the governing body of New Zealand, I'm not sure if it's Parliament or what they call their governing body, but there was a meeting going on, a session, and apparently it didn't go too well with one of the opposing parties, that they decided to break out in some sort of tribal defiance, declaring war on the rest of the government.
I think we all need to go that way at this point.
Well, depends where you live. Let's take a look at this here.
Not here. I mean, why not?
I wish Congress did this.
Right. Yeah, but there's a bunch of old white people trying to do it. It'd just be super awkward.
Who cares? It'd be even more hilarious. They're falling down. They can't breathe right.
Mitch McConnell's just staring off in the middle distance, not knowing where he's at.
So apparently the story...
yeah, let's do it.
Apparently the story is a controversial bill was suspended in session there. The bill proposed changes to a 200-year-old treaty between Maori. I guess that's
Maori.
Maori. How do you say it?
Maori.
Maori? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And the Crown, which I guess is still under England's? Is New Zealand under England still? Which guarantees their rights. The pause occurred when opposition parties and members of the public gallery joined in a haka led by this person here, an MP, and another person here. So apparently it's like a tribal war declaration fighting this bill. The bill went through. And it says, despite the outburst and the controversy, the bill passed in its first session, its first round going in. It's like, maybe we could learn a thing or two from that. If you start jumping up and start doing some weird kind of voodoo dance or tribal thing, why not? Might get a lot more laws passed in this country. But anyway, look at you taking in the culture there, Jordan. Are you reflecting?
I'm a huge Lord of the Rings fan. I love everything New Zealand. Why not?
Launchpad say Maori is how you say it.
Whatever. He's Canadian. He hates all the people up there anyway.
Okay. All right. Fair enough.
A fellow British ruled country.
Big Red Tower saying in the chat, our Congress just flings microphones around. That is true. Well, who knows? We're going into a new time, new administration, new leaders. Maybe new things are going to be introduced and a new way of doing things. Perhaps this could be one of them. Maybe blow darts during the State of the Union. Like the president has to dodge blow darts.
No, paintball guns like we were doing with the extreme kayaking.
That's a good idea, too. They shoot them off in the air when they agree with something the president says, and will not happen anymore. Yeah, half the room gets up. They're just firing paintballs into the ceiling of Congress.
It's going to be idiocracy. We're going to be doing things by, monster truck rallies. It's just, I'm over it.
Oh, have some fun.
I'm sorry, Tom. You're right. England is a commonwealth. Not England, but Canada. My bad.
So is Virginia and Pennsylvania. It means nothing. It's a state. You're just South England. That's all you are, with better potato chips than we have.
It's true. I'm still eating that giant bag you got me.
I haven't gone to the office to pick it up.
Oh,
shit! I just remembered. I am so sorry, Tom. I will go to the office and go pick up all that goodness that you sent over here.
Tom's a real one. He hooked me up, so I appreciate him.
All right. No tribal dances against Tom.
Nope.
All right. We're going to take a little break here, and we'll go right into segment 2.
More It's Eric Nagel.
It's Eric Nagel.
Next. It's Eric Nagel. Follow the show on all social medias at It's Eric Nagel for ways to watch or listen to the show, both live and on demand. Go to itsericnagel.com.
Hey, it's Matt Eisman. You're listening to It's Eric Nagel.
Segment 2 of the show. Oh, I hit the button before. That's how antsy we are before we got into it.
Ooh.
Segment 2 of the show, Eric and Jordan. There's the 2 right there again for you. Talking about television, movies, streaming updates, all of that stuff that's going on and making you aware of what is happening. As always, we start off this segment. Jordan, what are you watching?
I finished the last episode of...
What if you Norwegian?
Fuck yeah. The last episode of The Penguin. I finished up the series.
Pangolin.
The Pangolin. I know you're not caught up, so I really can't talk about it.
I thought I was further into episode 3 than I was.
Episodes into like an 8-episode.
No, I was only 10 minutes into episode 3 when I went back to watch it.
Or behind.
I'm catching up. I'm doing okay.
It's fantastic. Shit happened in this last episode that it did what it needed to do. It pissed me off, but in a way that makes sense. And I thought the show was very, very good. So that is what I watched. And then I watched a new show that's on Peacock. The first 5 episodes are out now on Peacock. It's called The Day of the Jackal. It stars Eddie Redmayne, your choice of the new Doctor.
My future Doctor Who.
And he plays an assassin. And I've only watched the first episode, but it's very good so far. So I'm going to keep watching that. First 5 episodes are on there now. I don't know how many are going to be on, but I like it so far. So that's what I've been watching. I didn't watch any movies, just kind of hanging out. So
I actually watched some movies.
Okay.
I made it a point to watch some stuff. But before I even say that, I've been seeing ads for this Apple Plus or Apple TV show showing up on my social media called Silo.
Oh, yeah. The first season of Silo is really good.
Is it? Okay.
Rebecca Ferguson.
All right. I'm seeing the ads all over the place. So I might go. Oh, I don't have I can find it. Apple TV to watch all of that. What I did watch.
The first season's good.
What I did watch this week, I went and watched Slingshot. That movie.
That space movie you've been wanting to watch?
With Lawrence Fishburne. Right. That came out in August.
Casey Affleck, I think.
No.
Is that Casey Affleck movie?
Is he in that?
Did you not watch the movie, you big liar?
I did. Hold on. I'm looking it up right now.
Slingshot by the fucking sea.
That's Casey Affleck?
Jesus Christ, Eric.
When
did you watch this?
Like 2 nights ago. I had no idea that was him.
You gotta stop drinking.
No, I guess I didn't know what he looked like. But
it's Casey Affleck.
I watched the movie. Different endings. All happening at the same time. Bunch of
So wait, hold on. Is this like Clue where we get 3 endings and
no.
pick our favorite, or is it?
It's a lot of all right, I'll take that back. I'll reword it and say a lot of use a wrestling term, a lot of false endings.
Okay.
So it's going to end this way. Oh, no, it's not. Oh, it's going to end this way. Oh, no, it's not. Oh, it's going to end this way. Oh, no, it's not. Oh, it's all right. This is how it's ending. Wow, I can't believe this is how it's ending. Oh, wait, no, it's not. It's that.
The Peter Jackson version where you're just going to get more endings until finally, the hobbits sail away.
Yeah, but you still, even though you get finally get a definitive ending, I still don't think that's the ending. Like, I think they just purposely didn't. They liked both endings and didn't know how to do it, so they left it. They had to pick one. I guess the company who produced it told them they had to pick one, but really left it in a way like, was that really the ending or was it not? So, wasn't bad. Not as terrible as I guess you've heard other people say. It is a little slow, a little boring, but the endings was it was interesting. So, if you get a chance to check it out, tell me what you think. The other movie I watched was Saturday Night.
I still need to watch it.
About the first night of Saturday Night Live.
Right.
Was really enjoyable.
Okay.
Really enjoyable. Jason Reitman did a great job with it. I was surprised how much I liked it.
Okay. Yeah, that is something on my radar. I want to watch it. I never got around to see it in the theater, but I mean, nothing lasts anymore.
It was actually something I liked Willem Dafoe in. I can say that.
Was he the head of CBS in this? NBC. Okay.
And J.K. Simmons is in it, and he plays Milton Berle. And he's very good at it.
Okay.
And there's some surprising things that happen in this movie, and you're like, holy fuck. But can't recommend it enough. Saturday Night was a great movie to watch. So
okay, I'm going to check that out.
If you get a chance, please go and watch all that. All right. What's in theaters right now? Red One, Christmas movie starring J.K. Simmons as Santa Claus. Santa. Ryan Reynolds is in it, right?
No. Not Ryan Reynolds. It's Chris Evans.
There's another Red movie that he's in with The Rock. This is Chris Evans, and The Rock is in this too, right?
Right.
Yeah. Okay. I'll wait for that to come on demand. I want to watch it.
It's getting just destroyed as far as like Rotten Tomato score. It's like at 30-something%.
Really? It's bad?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know for sure if it's bad, but that's
I'm watching for a jacked up Santa Claus.
Yeah, I remember seeing the stills of J.K. Simmons. J.K. Rowling, exactly.
I said J.K. Rowling. Yes, J.K. Rowling plays Santa Claus in this movie.
She won't give kids who are transgender gifts.
Only to the good Gentile girls and boys. J.K. Simmons as a jacked up Santa Claus in the trailer I thought looked kind of cool. I'll give it a watch. I'm not opposed to watching movies that don't do well. Hell, I saw Joker blah, 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 and that one is still a piece of garbage, and I will never say anything positive about that movie ever.
It's terrible.
But I do want to see Red One. So that's what's in theaters right now. On demand, Saturday Night, like I said, and Megalopolis, which I bookmarked. I'm debating if I want to go into that long of a commitment. I think it's like a 3-hour movie just to watch how terrible this Francis Ford Coppola movie is.
I'm going to watch it. And it's like not even like hate watch it at this point. I just want to see how bad it really, really is, just based off of what everyone kept saying.
Well, I might give that a chance to see how that goes. On Peacock, The Day of the Jackal, which is what you said you were watching. Mm-hmm. Over on Max, Dune Prophecy is out.
That comes out on Sunday.
So you can watch that on Sunday. Over at Disney Plus, Deadpool Wolverine is over there. And also, if you haven't had a chance to watch Agatha All Along, the whole series is done. So go and watch 9 episodes, I think it was, right?
I believe so, yeah.
Worth your time going to check that out.
I liked it, yeah.
On Netflix, Friday, 15th, Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul live. Now,
beat his ass.
Did I saw the weigh-in
where Tyson hit him.
Yeah. Well.
Wow.
Yes.
Yeah.
More like slapped him.
Yeah.
Which seemed very staged to me.
This whole thing seems very staged. Like I just
all of Jake Paul's fights are staged. Because there's no way he lost to was it Manny Pacquiao and who else did he fight? John Bones Jones? No,
but John Bones Jones fights this weekend in the UFC, and I want his ass to get beat too. It's a whole weekend of fighting.
But any of the fights Jake Paul had, he mysteriously won. I see Big Red Tower saying, isn't Tyson like 75 years old? Tyson,
Dude, he would beat everyone's ass.
You
at
watch
75.
his training videos, he could still destroy anybody. He may not be able to last many rounds as today's fighters, but there's no way that he couldn't knock out today's fighters. Just looking at how he is built and his training and all this stuff here. I want to show you the clip. It'll probably get us flagged because Netflix is a dick like that. But I just want to show you here. I'm not going to try to do it without the audio. This is the weigh-in. Let's take a look here. So Tyson was just on the stage. He weighed in. They're zooming in. He's walking over to do the face-to-face with Jake Paul.
Mm-hmm.
And he just slapped Jake Paul, but Jake Paul didn't move. Now he's just touching his face, showing the audience, like, I didn't budge, didn't do anything to me. He's flexing to the audience while all the crowd and the security around there are trying to keep Tyson away from him. Jake Paul's showboating.
Oh, God, just beat him. Beat his ass.
I know it's a lot of money.
You're right. I want you to be right on this one where Paul gets that one slip of the jab that just rewires Tyson a little bit and then makes him go back to old Tyson and just beats him to the ground.
Tyson is a different animal, man. Like, Tyson is not like other fighters. Tyson has it in his head. You know, who else was like this? Like, Muhammad Ali was like this.
Mm-hmm.
They personality, whatever is going on there, but in the ring and you get the wrong hit on him.
That mentality.
The thought process goes out the window, and whatever is installed in him takes over.
Yeah.
The automatic pilot just turns on, and he knows to become a savage and just beat the shit out of whoever's standing in front of him. Yeah. That's what I want.
I think Tyson was one of the real original, like, just brawlers.
Monsters.
Like, just get in there. Something switches off. His fight mentality switches back on, and he just goes and beats ass. Like, and that is a risky thing for Jake Paul, and it makes me happy if that actually plays out the way it does. However, they said they worked knockouts into the contract. I don't think that's happening. As much as I want it to happen. I've never willed something so much in my life.
I don't think Tyson can act that well. In the sense of holding back, like, if here's the guidelines, we can get some shots and we're showboating. This is because a lot of his fights were always exhibition fights. They weren't really for anything major. They were all getting paid a lot of money, but there wasn't a purse at the end of the fight that you won. It wasn't a title. There wasn't anything. I don't think if Tyson gets just the wrong hit, the wrong sense of something, I think the instinct in him is just going to be pummel what's in front of me. And I would like to see Jake just showboat and do something. He slipped, did the wrong thing, and Tyson's brains is broken and he just goes to town. Like, so much that they all have to dive into the ring and cut it off because this wasn't part of how they were supposed to go.
Yeah, I really hope so.
If Tyson loses, it looks pathetic on Jake Paul's part, because Tyson could still be beloved. Tyson could still play it off. It's like, dude, they're paying me all this money. I almost did the impression, but he's like, they're paying me all this money, you know,
paying
like that.
Me all this money.
And who would I be to turn down 75? I'm not saying that's the amount, but like, they paid me $75 million. You wouldn't turn that. Yeah, you're right. He wouldn't. But Tyson could still walk away from this untarnished in his reputation that way. If Jake Paul loses, everyone's happy. If Jake Paul wins, still Jake Paul's an asshole.
Everyone still hates Jake Paul.
Everyone still hates Jake Paul. So I will be watching it. I'll pop on.
Watch it.
It's on Netflix, so it's not costing me anything extra than what I'm already paying for.
And it'll be live too. I got to figure out what the time is, but yeah, it'll be live tomorrow or Friday the 15th.
When like boxing matches, like when you still cared about them in the 90s, a lot of boxing was on Showtime. Yeah. And it's like, oh, great, we have Showtime. We can watch the fight. Oh, no, you can't. You had to pay extra for the pay-per-view for Showtime to watch this fight. But it's like, I'm paying for the cable channel. Why can't I? No, but you got to pay like ridiculous amounts, like $60 to $100 extra
Yeah.
To watch a Tyson fight that was over in like a minute and a half.
But Jake, I don't know. Jake Paul's dumb. Like he's gonna fight Tyson, and he's like calling out Canelo, and it's just
he's showboating.
So frustrating.
Look, I'll give it to Jake Paul. He's promoting. He's branded the thing
he
the
can
right
promote.
way. They're gonna make a ton of money. I just want to see his face get caved in by Tyson. So
100%.
Plus, there's a whole bunch of other fights on the card before that it even gets to them. So whatever the time in the fight is advertised for on Friday, give it 2.5 hours before you even pop in to look at it, because who cares about all these other fights? Let's see. 1, 2. Okay. There's the main card has 1, 2, 3, 4 fights. Then there's prelims on there leading up to it. That'll be on Netflix Sports YouTube that you can watch. So there's 1, 2, 3 fights there. 4. All right. So it's not everything is on Netflix here. You have 3 prelims and then the main 4 fights. So give it an hour before you even go in there. Hour and a half at most before popping on to watch this debacle. What else do we have here? Still to come. For next week, out on Hulu will be Alien Romulus. Mixed bag. Some people love it. A lot of people don't.
I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Like I thought it was really good.
I don't mind a mixed bag reaction. If some people love it, some people hate it. At least something in there is interesting.
Yeah, if they're getting a reaction.
If everyone fucking hates it, and then Hollywood and critics are telling you you're wrong for hating this movie, no, I feel like the Joker. I think the audience might be right on this stuff, but also the downfall is if everyone loves the movie, and you go to watch and go, what is this? Why?
Yeah, that's my problem. Is that if everyone loves it and lauds it for being like this great thing, and I go into it going, oh, that was okay. Like then I start to question, am I wrong? And then I go, no, the children
you're
are
wrong. The children are wrong. What else do we have next week? In theaters, Gladiator 2.
Yep.
I'm
getting mixed reviews, but I'm interested.
And a terrible popcorn bucket to go with it.
The Coliseum.
Let me see if I can find a photo of that.
I'm looking forward to it. I like Pedro Pascal. I like Joseph Quinn. I like
Pedro.
the actors.
He's just in everything.
Yeah,
and that's driving me nuts.
What I find really weird is that Denzel is in this just talking like Denzel. Like he's not even trying to have, maybe an accent or kind of mix it up a little bit. It's like,
hey,
oh look,
I'm in Gladiator times.
Yeah.
It's like, all right.
I'm Denzel from New York. I am in Gladiator times. Yeah.
Is it's just this I'm trying to pull up the popcorn buckets. There's a couple different buckets here. Is the stadium real or is it just a Photoshop that's going around?
I don't know. I've kind of lost interest in caring about these popcorn buckets because now they're everywhere. There's just almost too much.
Let me see if I can bring this up here. Take a look at it and just see if this is really, because this is the first one that I saw. Like that's a really weird popcorn bucket to carry.
What the hell, man?
Right. So that's the first one. The second one is. Oh, I gotta stop that. I hate when you can't load the things to your server. You have to do their shit. Here we go. Here's the second one. The second one is this thing here. It's the spiked helmet that goes over the eyes.
Right.
But one goes over your drink. One goes over the popcorn bucket. So maybe they both exist. Is one AMC, one Cinemark, or something like that?
Yeah, the Cinemark one is the Coliseum, and then the other one looks like it's also Cinemark. So it looks like Cinemark's doing a couple different things. And I'm looking at it. People have these in hand right now. So the top of the helmet pulls back like an old beer stein. So like it stays on, and then see how it's creased?
Okay.
So that pops open. So you're able to open that up. So the helmet itself stays on the bucket. The top part flips back on a hinge, and you can go grab your stuff. Yeah, it's weird. I at this point, like, why are we doing this? Like, we got to stop this.
Do we though? I like how ridiculous it gets. They're just trying to top.
I like my Slimer.
They're trying to top it. Oh, yeah, I have my Slimer over there. It's fantastic. I don't know. Maybe I will run over to Cinemark and grab the Coliseum bucket, just because how ridiculous it looks.
Yeah,
might be something to do. All right, so yeah, that's in the theaters next week, and also Wicked is going to be in theaters. The movie based on the Broadway play, based on the story that had some bullshit fake controversy because fan art
that's
changed
such a stupid controversy.
the poster to look like what the Broadway poster was, and
which is fine.
The person playing the witch, a woman of color, saying, "Well, you're hiding
Green,
huh?
Green
with envy.
She's a woman of color.
Fucking double gun. No, saying it's like by covering my face, you're erasing my identity and taking away from everything that I've accomplished. It's like, no, it's going back to the artwork for the play and everything.
Homage.
They were trying to keep it consistent.
Yeah.
And, of course, that had to be a racial.
No, what my problem with this movie is that it's almost 3 hours long and it's a part one.
Same thing
This is not
with
even
this
the full
show.
movie.
We're in 3 hours long and we're a part one.
Yeah.
All right, so that's all for next week. Let's skip through the news here and see what we can find to try to get you out on your merry way. Disney Plus to allow subscribers to pause their subscriptions. Back in September, I think, is when they fully cracked down on
password sharing.
On the password sharing. And I had an account that I shared with family members. And I had told them all, I'm like, hey, this is coming. They're doing what HBO Max did. They're doing what Netflix, was it Netflix trying to do it too? Yeah, Netflix was doing it.
Netflix is doing it, yeah.
I think Netflix was the first one, actually, which pissed off a lot of college students because they were using their parents' account.
Mm-hmm.
So I said, Disney's looks like they're going to do this. It was supposed to happen in June, but looks like they waited till September to finalize everything. I had a family member reach out and said, I can't get into the thing. And I go, what's wrong? And they said, oh, the login's not working. I'm like, yeah, you shouldn't have the login anymore. But how do I watch the stuff? I go, because they crack down on the passwords and all that stuff. You can't watch it. Yeah, I can. And they're telling me about a friend of theirs, whatever. I go, all right, I gave the login. And then I get a screenshot saying, this is on here. I'm not part of the home network. Yeah, because you don't live here. So what? I'm like, you're going to have to get your own account. But we've had this account. I understand that. But you're going to have to get your own account. It's like the login's not going to help you. You don't work there. And I'm not paying that extra fee to allow foreign access, I guess, if you want to call it, for people not in the house. I'm not paying for that. You can get your own account. So once I found out that was in effect, I deleted everybody's account that was on mine. Mm-hmm. I just saw all those circles disappearing, and I was like, this is fantastic. So now they're allowing you to pause your subscription. So if you're like, hey, shit's getting really tight going into the holidays, I'm going to pause my subscription, and then it'll say it'll come back, I guess, in like 30 days or something.
Well, you could always restart it at any time, but yeah, you have up to, I think, 3 months.
Right. Before they delete your account.
Right. Well, yeah, I think the idea of this is that it's much easier to retain a customer base if you allow them to pause it versus actually allowing them to cancel, because a canceled subscription is most likely not coming back. Like the numbers are there to say, like, if you've canceled and then they sit there and they go, oh, you know what? I've lived this long without it. I don't really need it. But if you have that paused and you know that there's a definite re-up date, that you'll probably forget it. It's like a gym membership, and it'll start up again.
Facebook has that feature too. When you see people on your Facebook wall and like they're posting too much political nonsense, oh, you can mute them for 30 days. And then you forget about them. And then all of a sudden they start showing up again. It's like, what? Oh, I forgot I muted that person. I need to go do that again. I guess something similar for your Disney subscriptions. Disney is also expected to spend $24 billion
with a B
on content for 2025. Is expecting to spend that money in its fiscal 2025, up slightly from 2024 when the company said it would spend $23.4 billion. The company disclosed its planned content spend in its annual report on Thursday. Don't expect a flurry of additional movies or TV shows, however, as sports programming expenses are set to rise next year thanks to contractual rate increases at the NFL, the start of the new NBA contract which nearly doubles the previous fee, and the launch of the new ESPN flagship streaming service. Fucking cut sports off altogether. This shit has been going on forever. Even before streaming stuff, I don't know if you had it out by you, but in New York, you constantly would get ads on the radio or billboards in New York City or something like that saying, Time Warner Cable is threatening to drop the Weather Channel and all these other things. During contract negotiations, they just would not agree to new terms. And the cable company always tries to say, for fair, equal spending and all this. It's all bullshit. And they're like, so write to your local cable company and say, that you demand that they keep this channel on here, or you're not going to get channel 11 with the Yankees anymore. That kind of stuff. It's like, no, enough with the fucking sports streaming. I have friends that have, they're big into football, that have Red Zone or End Zone? Mm-hmm. Red Zone.
Yeah, NFL Red Zone.
Red Zone, which I guess just cuts to games when they're on the 20-yard line towards the goal line, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's like a highlight version. It's very condensed.
So they're paying for that, which seems to make sense. I think hockey has an equivalent of that too. But then they got to get the NFL package for like satellite TV, which is a huge fucking pain in the neck for them. And then the cable packages for all this stuff. And then some of the games are on Amazon, so you got to pay for the Amazon to stream on there. And then some of the games are now showing up on other weird platforms just because they're doing a game over in London, or they're doing some other specialty thing for Monday Night Football that you have to go to this place to do it. And look, it's bad enough that I keep saying I'm not going to these things anymore because the money was fucking ridiculous. I can't imagine you as sports fans out there that love this stuff, that you're like having to pay for your own private network for your local team that doesn't even air all of the games because they shared off the broadcast rights throughout the year. And then they got to pay more for the subscription because they had to renegotiate with the cable companies or the streaming services or whatever. So now the cost is going to be passed on to you because you want to watch your fucking football team, basketball team, baseball, whatever. $24 billion next year Disney's spending, and the majority of it is on football, basketball, and ESPN streaming services, which has to pay all the royalties for all the shit that they stream. When is it not worth it anymore? It's obviously worth it to these companies to spend this amount of money for these stupid sports agreements. When is it not worth it for you, the fan, to give a shit about your team anymore when you're like, I can't keep paying for football to watch football on 4 different services just so I can watch a football game?
It's a lot. And it's always weird because every Sunday when I want to watch the Chiefs, I sit there and go, okay, where's it going to go? I have to look up where it might be because you're right. It might be on CBS. It might be, Monday night game. It's got to be on ESPN. If it's a Sunday night game, it might be on Peacock because the NBC feed, or it's a Thursday night Amazon game, or you like you said, it just goes everywhere. So I in no way know when and where my team is playing. So I always have to look it up, and it's getting kind of ridiculous.
Yeah,
I'll still look. I only watch 2 football teams throughout the season. So
I have family members that are Yankee fans, and it's like all the games aren't on the Yes Network. Some of them were streaming on YouTube that you had to pay and try to figure out YouTube in order to watch the fucking game. It's like they're trying to make as much money as they can by putting it on these platforms, brokering different deals. Okay, but at some point you're going to go too far, and the fan base is just like, fuck that. When they start introducing licenses in order to have seats at the stadiums for baseball, for football, it's like you had to pay to get a license, and then once you have the license, then you're in a lotto to make sure to get the seats that you're not even guaranteed to get the seats that you want.
Right.
It's going to be in some places what they have available for you, and if those seats happen to be available, then you can claim them. It's like, how many times do you have to keep paying for the same fucking thing over and over? I don't know how you sports fans do it. I don't like anything enough to constantly keep doing that over and over and over. Eventually you get to the point like, I'm not paying 4 different times for the same thing just because it's on this platform. They did it over there. I don't care. I don't care. I don't know how you guys care. I'd be fed up if I was in your place. And you're a football fan.
I am. I will go to concerts and I will watch the football games.
Tower.
Everything you hate.
I know. I don't mind watching a football game. I mind everything around it. Big Red Tower in the chat saying sports brands don't care about the fans because they know they'll always have the hardcore fans who will pay any price. Right. Stop doing that. Stop it. And you see how quickly those places turn around and go, holy fuck, people aren't buying the shirts or aren't coming to the games anymore. Yeah, because it's too fucking expensive. Why does sports get a pass to do all this shit? But, everyone's complaining about groceries and gas and health insurance and all these other things that cost too much. But you're still going to a football game when you're complaining about that other stuff? Stop going to sports games. Stop watching and paying these ridiculous package deals to stream this shit. Speak with your money. You're doing it for the economy and everything else. Speak with it there too. They're saying, I don't want to spend this money to go and do this shit. Yes, I like this team. Yes, I like this sport. But when is it not worth it to you anymore? What's your cutting off point?
Me?
Yeah.
I'll go to every game. If I could, if the Chiefs were a local team, I would go to every game. I just would. Because it's yeah. Shut up, fucking Tom. Asshole. Anyway, yeah, no, it's just, I would go. I would. Like, it's just, that's how it works.
Tower saying, my brother's
it's why I
addicted
still go to
sports
concerts
like a drug. I know a lot of people, that's their main source of entertainment is sports because they don't.
Yeah, I'm not like
movies, they don't
obsessive
watch TV,
crazy
whatever.
though. Like, I'm not one of those types that are just gonna live and die by my sports team. Like, I love the Chiefs. They almost lost to Denver the other day. Guess what would happen? I would have been like, well, that sucks. We're still 8-1, and then move on with my life and go about, just living my life. I don't need that kind of stuff. I prefer having fun experiences, so that's why I'll sink stupid amounts of money into concert tickets because it's just fun for me.
Bartholomew in the chat saying, because sports ball is an escape from your terrible lives where groceries are a necessity. Yes, but if your escape from your terrible lives are starting to infringe on the money to have your regular life you need your necessities, then it's not an escape anymore. Now it's a fucking problem and becomes just like everything else. So stop it. Just don't look. Just don't look. I wish I had that on a t-shirt. Moving on. What If Season 3 got a release date. This is the final one for the What If series.
Final season,
right?
yeah.
So I never finished 2. I have to go back and watch that as well. It's the animated series. It goes like, what if this happened in the Marvel Universe? What if this person was actually played by this person? And those kind of scenarios. Fun.
Mm-hmm.
Season 3 kicks off on December 22nd on Disney+. Is it a weekly release or is it all at once?
No, every episode is going to debut daily. Like, they're doing a daily release. So 8 episodes. So for 8 days, they're going to do
going into the Christmas
one
season
a day.
when everyone's home to go and watch
So
all
December
that.
22nd through the end of the year, there will be 1 episode a day.
Fantastic. Star Wars Andor Season 2 finally gets a release date. It's been years since the first season.
Feels like forever.
Season 2 is coming on April 22nd of 2025 to Disney+.
Still too far away, but okay.
There's a teaser out right now for Andor Season 2. You can go and check that out. What else do we have here? Moving on from the Disney Marvel universe. The Onion. I thought this was a joke when I read this.
Me too, and it makes me so happy.
It seemed like it's a joke. The Onion, the satire website, raised money in conjunction with a couple other outlets and the families from the Sandy Hook Elementary School shootings. And they purchased InfoWars. Where if you're not familiar with what that is, that's Alex Jones's network.
Mm-hmm.
So they purchased the company and everything that goes with it.
Mm-hmm.
They own the rights to the supplements that he was peddling. They own the rights to all the intellectual property that falls under the ownership of InfoWars. They own,
all back catalog,
his archives.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let me see what else right here. Because Jones owns more than $1 billion in defamation judgments for calling the massacre a hoax. The purchase turns over Jones's company, which for decades has peddled in conspiracies and misinformation, to the humor website that plans to relaunch InfoWars platform in January as a parody. But the judge in the Jones bankruptcy case said that Thursday that he had concerns about how the auction was conducted and ordered a hearing for next week after complaints by lawyers for Jones and a company affiliated with Jones that put in $3.5 million for a bid. Within hours of the announcement about the Onion's winning bid, InfoWars website went down, and Jones was broadcasting for what he said was a new studio location. Up for sale were InfoWars website, social media accounts, the studio in Austin, Texas, if you're not familiar with that, the trademarks, the video archive, and other assets.
So basically what happened is that Jones basically had friends and investors and stuff like that put up the bid to buy that company. So eventually, once they won that bid, because it was the highest bid, and just turn it back over to him, he can keep doing what he's doing and whatever. They threw out that bid and gave it to the next bid, which was the Onion. Mm-hmm. So the Onion went to the families and like, look, I know you guys went through a tragedy, but we have an opportunity to do the funniest thing possible. And they ended up winning. So we'll see if it goes through. Like the article says, it's going to go to a judge and try to look into why they threw out the higher bid. I think it's hilarious. I think this is the funniest outcome that could have happened in this entire thing. Right. And I'm here for it. So let's do it. I want to see what happens. I hope they keep it.
Well, we'll see where it goes. Anything's possible, as we know, going into 2025.
Yeah, next year is going to be crazy.
Speaking of crazy, J.K. Rowlings is involved.
J.K. Simmons.
With J.K. Simmons is involved with the new Harry Potter series. It'd be great if both of them were in there.
Right.
So the Harry Potter author has been fairly involved in the development of HBO's planned series adaptation of her books, according to the CEO of HBO. But he attests that her influence hasn't affected the overall interest in the creative community wanting to bring Harry Potter to the small screen. I'm curious about this because I know this has been going on for a while, these discussions.
Mm-hmm.
But if the books are already out, and that's never stopped anybody from adapting to a movie or a television show, even though the books are out and you know how it goes. But there's a multi-billion-dollar movie franchise that went through all the books.
Mm-hmm.
What good is the TV series going to do based on the same books?
There were things in the books that never translated to the movies.
The House Elves rebellion.
Just some of that stuff. The rebellion in the fifth book. The fifth book is the longest book in the actual book series, but the shortest movie. So they cut a lot of that out.
The scene where Patrick Bateman walks up to the ATM and stabs the homeless guy.
Yes.
The blind homeless guy. Yeah. That's got to be put back in there, I guess.
Right. That's got to be in.
Right.
But it's going to be done in CGI. But yeah, I mean, there is still stuff that they can do. You can weave in some of the backstories from some of the other properties that she's done that can kind of fill in the gaps. I think they can stretch this out a bit. And if they do a series per book, then yeah, you can make at least seven seasons of a show as long as it does well. Now it's HBO; they'll fuck it up somehow, and we'll get a season and a half before it's gone. But right now, that's kind of I think the path that they're going on.
You had it's not just like the movies adapted the books. The movies had some major star power in there. Very memorable characters that might be hard to envision those characters being portrayed by anybody else for the TV series.
I think it's almost impossible. Like you can't replace an Alan Rickman as Snape. You just can't.
Or J.K. Harris, who played Dumbledore.
I think Richard Harris as Dumbledore. No, J.K. Simmons as Dumbledore.
No, everyone's J.K. J.K. Harris. You had J.K. Smith, who played. I forgot what Maggie Smith's character was, the teacher. McGonagall?
McGonagall, yeah.
Yes.
McGonagall.
I'll do it for you, McGonagall.
Damn it, Chief. I'm trying to eat a sandwich.
Yeah, it's like, well, McGonagall, Billy's dead. Cut his face from ear to ear. I'm trying to eat lunch.
I'm trying to eat a sandwich here, Chief.
McGonagall. That's so
J.K.
funny.
Simmons is McGonagall.
I would love that. If they did that,
J.K. Simmons is McGonagall.
if they did that as an April Fool's trailer that dropped, J.K. Simmons is McGonagall, and they just reenact that whole scene. They have a little kid actor there.
Gee, McGonagall.
Dennis Franz plays the police chief. Oh, he might be too old.
That would be so good. I don't know.
Michael Chiklis.
Chiklis would be good.
Damn it, McGonagall. Billy's dead.
Billy's dead.
Slut his ass from ear to ear.
I think we're onto something. Cut this out. I don't need anybody hearing this.
I'm trying to eat lunch here. All right, we gotta do this. Can you make Can you do this?
I'll try to do.
J.K. Simmons as McGonagall. We need to
McGonagall.
make that happen. Fuck this Harry Potter thing. But anyway, yeah, there's so many legendary actors that were in this series that it's like, yeah, how are you gonna? I mean, it's gonna happen, but are you gonna really buy into?
They
it,
won't. I really don't think they're gonna capture the same magic as they did. I mean, they're just not. I feel like this is a project that is doomed to fail, no matter who they put in their roles.
I love this.
Like J.K. Simmons.
Dice Clay as Hagrid.
I'm a giant.
What's going on over here? I'm out here doing my thing. These kids got a car that flew into a fucking tree that's trying, would be so good.
Whompin' Willow.
Or have him as John Cleese's character, Headless Nick.
Yeah, nearly had his Nick. Yeah.
So you got a problem over here? What? No? He's pushing it back. Looking at he's still got the glasses. You looking at me?
You're a fucking wizard, Harry, you little shit.
What do you mean I can't say his fucking name? Who can I talk about? This asshole over here? He just walks up to fucking Voldemort. You know what I think of you?
I think of you.
I think you smell. Who don't like your fucking bald look?
Sitting there trying to eat one of those tomahawk steaks.
Dice is just always sitting in the giant dining hall with the fucking tomahawk steak.
Even if no one's in there with him, he's just trying to eat the tomahawk steak in the middle of the dining hall.
People trying to talk to him. And
Al's trying to clean tables. He's just trying to eat that damn thing off the bone.
Little interstitial cutscenes where the kids are walking through the hallways going to class, and Ghost Dice is just walking up going, "Do you want to do a picture?" He's just sitting there in the hallway. So fun. Anyway, HBO has a Harry Potter series coming.
Yeah.
And JK is somewhat involved. Gladiator 2, we talked about its fantastic selection of popcorn buckets. Cut a gay kiss that involved Denzel Washington.
Right.
I don't care.
I find it funny. He's like, his quote is, "I actually kissed a man in the film, but they took it out. They cut it. I think they got chicken. I kissed a guy full on the lips, and I guess they weren't ready for that yet." Denzel's acting like this movie's coming out in the 70s, and they don't want to see a man kissing another dude. Like,
they're not ready to see a black leading man. It's like, what the fuck are you talking about, Denzel?
Like, there are shows with dudes kissing constantly. This is not. We're not breaking new ground with Denzel kissing another dude.
Keep hiding your stupid stub pinky finger that everyone's obsessed with.
Oh, I know, right?
Shut up. No one cares. Lady Gaga set to join another property and probably ruin it as she's joining season 2 of Wednesday.
Right.
On Netflix. After her 2011 hit Bloody Mary went viral, when Wednesday fans spliced it together with a clip of Jenna Ortega dancing in the Netflix series, Entertainment Weekly has learned through a source that Gaga is now going to be appearing into the show. So I guess memes and video stuff really can persuade things to happen if done right in the entertainment
Yeah, but they
business.
did that with that Juggernaut bitch sketch, and then all of a sudden Vinnie Jones is in the third X-Men movie ruining the fucking thing because of, Brett Ratner.
Maybe that's why he wasn't invited back.
Yeah.
Or did he turn it down?
Oh, I'm sure he wasn't invited. I think the idea that in Deadpool and Wolverine, all those variants were variants. Like you weren't going to get the same actors.
Gotcha.
So that's why you never got Vinnie Jones. You got the discount Juggernaut.
Full details on Gaga's role and its size are still unknown, though the singer actress is currently filming the program in Europe. I think they shot the show in Romania.
Probably.
From what
they
I
probably
understand.
got a good tax break there or something.
Yeah. I'd like to go over there. I want to check out all the vampire shit. Idle Hands is getting a reboot. What is Idle Hands?
The one where, remember, like the Devon Sawa's character's hand kind of becomes alive because he's like this lazy fucking pothead stoner. So now his hand is like killing people. So then it eventually cuts off. Yeah,
I don't think I've seen that.
It's a very I liked it, but it was made in the 90s, back when like Sawa was doing like Final Destination and I think you know who it is because the Offspring's in it. Like they were playing like the school dance. Seth Green's in it.
Oh, I know. I didn't see this. I know of it.
Yeah, no, I liked it.
Seth Green's in that.
Yeah, he plays the friend.
All right, this isn't the one I'm thinking of. There was a horror movie. Used to air on USA Up All Night a lot. It was some guy was driving a car, and as he's driving, like something happens to a truck in another lane on the highway there, and the wheel shoots off. The truck goes swerving. The wheel comes bouncing back, and you just see the wheel come boom right into the windshield, like where the camera is. And then it goes to black, and then it cuts to this guy woke up and had something amputated, and they wound up sewing another arm or a leg onto him, and that was also, it's sort of like Idle Hands, was making him kill people.
I know that that's a common trope where like, oh, you got this, you got a donated hand, and it turns out it was from a killer that just got executed. Like that's a common thing. I can't remember what the movie is because I think I know what you're talking about. That's weird.
Yeah.
I used to miss USA Up All Night. Those were fun.
They were.
Anyway, yeah, they're rebooting Idle Hands. Finn Wolfhard and this kid Billy Brick are been hired to write it, which I guess that's what happens.
Finn Wolfhard's in the Saturday Night Live movie. Very, very small role, but he's in there.
Does he play like an intern? I don't think he was one of the main roles.
No, he plays an NBC page.
A page. Yeah, that's what I meant. But yeah, they're writing it. They're going to do it. Sawa came out and basically said, look, if anyone's going to do it, better than be those two fine lads. Good luck, fellas. Devon Sawa was pretty cool. He's real. He's been big on social media, just being stupid. He leans into like all his past stuff, like Final Destination, which is also getting another movie, by the way. So,
not enough of them.
Speaking of, Tony Todd died. I didn't put it on the sheet. I completely forgot. Tony Todd, speaking of Final Destination, he just recently passed away.
Candyman.
Yeah, Candyman. Like a huge genre, like changing horror movie.
How many times did you have to say Candyman? 3 or 5?
I think it's 3. They did, or maybe 5. I don't know. They did the Beetlejuice bit.
Yeah.
It's just whatever. Bunch of bees come.
Yeah.
Dogs shooting bees out of their mouth.
But he just showed up in your mirror with the giant hook, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that was a good one. But yeah, he just passed, so that sucks. I liked him. He was most recently he played Venom, the voice of Venom in the Spider-Man 2 video game for Sony.
Rest in power, as the people say. Tony Todd. Band-Aid. If you remember, that song gets played every Christmas. Do they know it's Christmas time at all? And it was supposed to be a benefit for starvation in Africa. Well, they're coming back together. The organization making Band-Aid is looking to combine more people to do celebrate the anniversary of the song. So it'll be, 40 years?
40 years.
40-year anniversary for the song? 84.
84.
Came out, yeah. The lineup, there's a couple of interesting people. A lot of the lineup does not seem that impressive. Harry Styles. Who cares?
He's fine.
There's some celebrities that are contributing post-mortem. There's some recordings of, I guess they were working on this for a while. And George Michael and Sinead O'Connor will be part of this project.
Long since passed. In fact, George Michael, I think, didn't he die on Christmas? Or around Christmas?
I don't remember what he died of.
I don't think he died of Christmas.
He died of Christmas. Too much tinsel.
His Christmas cheer was too much for George Michael.
Sitting on the top of the Christmas tree.
Oh my God.
Ed Sheeran's in there. I do enjoy the Ed Sheeran. Sting is a part of it. Also enjoy him. Sugar Babes, I don't know who that is.
No, I don't know either.
Sam Smith can never stop fucking himself. Same with Bono. Bono can go that way too. Chris Martin, I don't mind his music, but he just comes off as a wuss. George Michael, Sinead O'Connor, Harry Styles, Rita Ora is one. It's like Baby Rexha. It's just those artists that they keep trying to push and hopefully they'll hit, but it's just not happening.
Like Charlie XCX.
Guy Garvey.
I have no idea.
That is Seal. Who knew Seal was still around? Robbie Williams, famous everywhere but in this country.
Right, he's big in Europe, like huge.
Apparently, the funny thing is because he was part of a boy band called Take That, and then he left there and became a huge solo artist. But in the United States, the only song that he had that really did well was a song from Take That called, I think it's called "Want You Back for Good" is the name of the song. So there's times, there's some clips on there when they go, "Hey, it's the guy from Take That," and it's like Justin Timberlake saying, "Hey, it's the guy from NSYNC," you know?
Yeah.
Anyway, Kool and the Gang. Who knew they were still alive? Underworld. I have no idea who that is. Some other vocalists that will sing to the music played by a band. Sir Paul McCartney will be a part of it. Phil Collins, Roger Taylor, Tom York.
This has to be some of the old versions because have you seen Phil Collins lately? Like he doesn't look, he's long terrible for this world.
Paul Weller, Damon Albarn, Johnny Greenwood, Gary Kemp, and Justin Hawkins. The new Ultimate Mix will premiere on British radio stations in the morning. Stop writing the date backwards. November 25th for the 40th anniversary of the original song being recorded. It'll then be available streaming and to buy on digital platforms ahead of the full compilation album's release on November 29th. A new video is also being created for this. And so we have to look forward to that. Do you think anyone's really going to care? We're just not. Nostalgia means things, doesn't mean like people from back in the day. People move on from people. They don't move on from fucking Legos and Pokemon and all that stuff. But it's like, oh yeah, he was big in the 90s. Yeah, he was. I'm going over here now, and I'll be over there. And then finally, the big letdown: Sophie Turner is going to be Lara Croft.
Yeah,
I don't know who she is. Casting. She is the redhead from she was one of the Stark daughters. The redhead
Sansa Stark from Game of Thrones.
From Game of Thrones, she ruined one of the Jonas Brothers' lives, and now she's going to be cast for Amazon's upcoming Tomb Raider television series. Because of course, sources say the deal is not fully closed yet, but is expected to close soon. Turner will play the lead role. For Tomb Raider. The show was greenlit by Amazon last year. The rest of that stuff doesn't matter.
So the person MGM writing Studios. It and producing it is Phoebe Waller-Bridge, who was in Fleabag, which is very good, but she was also in the last Indiana Jones, which was not as good.
Sophie Turner, wasn't she in New Humans?
No. You're thinking of Anna Taylor-Joy. The one that looks like a Mon Calamari, whose eyes are like way over here.
Right.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, she's Latin. I had no idea.
Sophie Turner was Jean Grey in the
that's what I'm thinking of.
Newer X-Men.
Yeah, she was in the I almost said Black Widow. Dark Phoenix. She was the younger Jean Grey for Dark Phoenix. I knew there was a mutant tie in there for it. All right, that's it. We need to get out of here.
Let's get out of
Jordan, tell us where we can find you and stuff about the show.
Well, you can find me on BlueSky at Jinx. No, don't go to BlueSky. No, I'm not going to be there. Jinx Ronan, pretty much across the board. Come check it out on Instagram, X, Twitch at JinxRonan79. Eventually, I'll play video games, probably even with Eric. I don't know yet. I've been blowing him off for weeks.
Yes, you have. Both you and Rob.
I know, I'm so sorry. But yeah, and if you've got an Amazon subscription, please use your free subscription. Come check us out on Twitch. Use it to get a free month of premium. Skip the ads. Come hang out with us and come join us in the chat.
Very good. For me and for the show, it's Eric Nagel across the board on all the social medias, including BlueSky. We will not see you there. We'll be there, but not really. Yeah, so there's that. If you're listening on the iHeartRadio app, thank you very much for doing so. If you're listening on Apple, Spotify, any of those places you get your on-demand content, do us a kindness, go over there, leave us a positive review. It does help out the program. Hell, if you're watching this video right now, whether it's live or pre-recorded, button right down there. Click the like, subscribe. It's free. Turn on your notifications, all of that stuff. It does all help us out. And that is it. We're done, right? Hopefully.
Finished.
Okay. I hope so.
Me too.
We're good until... Oh, I got to turn this off. Why is this not doing that? There we go. All right. Until the next time, everybody.
Be excellent to each other.
And we will be seeing you.
It's Eric Nagel.
Well, I feel like I'm your daddy. I am all y'all's daddy.
Not my daddy.
You're not my daddy.
Not my daddy.
Hush, now I'm your daddy.
You ain't my daddy, boy.
Yes, I am.
No,
you are not our daddy. I am your daddy.
Not our daddy.
You ain't my daddy.
Hush! I said I'm your daddy.
You ain't my daddy.
Alas, we're out of time.
Follow It's Eric Nagel on social media platforms. For ways to watch and listen to the show, or join us for the live shows, head over to itsericnagel.com. Yo, and remember to tell 2 friends so they can tell 2 friends, and they can tell 2 friends, they can tell 2 friends, they can tell 2 friends. You get the idea.
Keep it real, homies.